see this might be a little bit different. And plus, if you missed out something, the live event, this would be a great time to take some notes, okay? Now, there are, number two, the different lens here is this, okay? There are strategic advantages and disadvantages to be in different countries, okay? There's strategic advantages and disadvantages, obviously, to be in different parts of the world, right? Some countries might be, unfortunately, in the verge of war or being in war, or some country have a lot of natural disasters, some country have political instability, right? There's so many things, right? While the chart is the same, but people's reaction and respond to a 5 yellow problem or a -2 black star or a Tai Soi, the Grand Duke, is very different, okay? So we cannot just say, oh, everybody who is the fire element is going to be auspicious for 2023. Really, there are 7.5 billion to 8 billion people and everyone's going to be the same because you have the same animal sign? Come on, right? So it depends on where you are in the world. And access to resources are different, right? There are different people in different places, different countries have access to different types of resources. And also, I think there, as a result, I think I probably missed this in the live event. I didn't talk about long-term investments, about investing in what type of assets that might be possible for you guys. How many of you here, because you want metaphysics to help you in your investment decisions? Type of me here. That's cool, right? At least protect your wealth, right? I mean, let's not talk about let's making huge money, right? But at least don't lose money, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Not lose money at least, right? So you need, how many need some form of good luck in that aspect? Type a A right now in the chat. Okay, all right. I probably missed this out in the live event, so we probably could cover some of these aspects now that we have more time here, okay? So I think that three of our most basic needs were fundamentally challenged in the last 1 year or so, I would say, in 2022. These three things are security, economy, and health. Okay? So security-wise, as we have seen in the last couple of years, especially last year, war broke out, there's geopolitical tensions, there's leadership challenges. I mean, UK alone, right, you have like, what, 3 prime ministers in 1 year? That's interesting, isn't it? It's never happened before, right? In Malaysia, we have a prime minister change, right? So there are a lot of changes in terms of leadership. Now the question is, will this carry on and how does it affect you, right? More importantly, because what you just know about the world stuff is not so important. As important as how does this affect your decisions moving forward. Do you want to bring it from a 1 to a 5? Right? You want to make your best year ever, you need to know what to do with metaphysics information. Not just, chicken, good luck, la, dog is bad luck, la, cow is bad luck, and all this nonsense, right? Because that is just too fun, too elementary. There are tons of other videos out there on YouTube that people can watch. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to focus on what you can do. How many of you would prefer a strategic action plan for the year? Type of me. Right? Isn't that what you're looking for instead of predicting, am I good luck next year? Good or bad, you make it lah, right? You make it law. I know some people are suffering from health issues. So is that a good year? Well, if that may be true, but if you bring the family together, you still can create family harmony, that can be viewed as something at least good out of something that is bad, right? Or you might have the best relationship ever in that one single year, right? Or you might have something in terms of your career, you might make an advancement, or you learn some new skills that you never thought you would be doing ever. There's so many ways to see it, right? Now, number 2, economy. Trade war, global currency crisis, dethroning of giants, crypto winter. This was the big issue we expected in 2022 and it happened, right? We talked about this. If you were in Function and Astrology 2022, that was last year around, I think it was slightly earlier than this time that we are doing this live stream right now. We would have talked about this great financial disruption. We talked about that, right? And so it's happening, and it's happened. So the question to many people is, will this continue? Will this going to be a problem? Okay, this is a sneak peek. The answer is, in the short, yes, all right? But can you benefit from it? Yes, all right? So you got to take note of that as well. So the next thing is health, right? So our generation has witnessed and experienced the very first ever pandemic. So this has caused, huge changes, not just to people's personal lives, but also how people travel and how people view each other, right? I know mask is a big thing right now. Our team right here, they are all wearing masks as, when we are in our studios. So, but it's different parts of the world. It changed the way people live, okay? So here's the thing, right? The primary goal for the next 3 days here on my stage, by the way, do you like this year's stage? Have a yes. Nice. Okay, so the primary goal is to do these 3 things. Number 1, give you optics. That's the first goal, okay? The first goal is to give you optics about 2023. So with better optics, you could make better decisions, right? Let me tell you exactly, right, why you need optics, because you can't make better decisions in life if you don't see what are the potential problems, and more importantly, what are the potential solutions. So having optics about 2023 through 八字, through 奇门, through feng shui, you will be better able to anticipate potential problems and be prepared with the correct solutions, okay? That's what we want to do. We want to navigate potential setbacks so that we could maximize our impact in the world. Now, again, I need to stress this many times, although many people attend my events and they expect predictions. If you expect predictions, just go and search online. There are many predictions there. I can give you a forecast, but I can't predict for you, because a lot of this happened in 2023. Besides expecting financial meltdown and shit like that, it's more like you, because you could benefit from it or you could suffer from it. So it depends on what you do in that year. So are you able to anticipate the problem? We're anticipating the financial problem, but are you prepared with the solutions? That's a choice, right? So can you navigate that? So I want to talk more about the navigation part and the setback, because the world is going through this recession thing, right? So there's no need to predict. We already forecast that. We expected it. It's happening around the world. What else is there trying to say, oh my God, it's happening to me. I hate to be a victim. Now what should I do? Well, come up with solutions, right? Make your business recession proof. You got to start doing stuff like that, okay? Number 2, another part of what we are doing these 3 days here is the setup. So what does it mean by setup, right? Well, from the perspective of metaphysics, we are talking about installing new luck protocols or new. Now I use the word luck loosely right here. What we meant is energy. So if you have the right vibrational energy, your heart will be filled with gratitude and peace. Healing takes place. You become happier. You have more ideas rushing through you. You see solutions and you don't see problems. You see the problems, but you don't get affected by it so personally. If you have the wrong set of protocols and your luck or so-called energy, vibrational energy is low, that's when you see the year as problematic. You lose your job, you just don't find a solution, you find that the world's against you, you never have enough money, you always seem to have the shorter end of the stick, and people are against you and people hate you. It seems that you always tell yourself, but I'm the nice guy, I offer help freely, why the fuck that people treat me like this? Listen, that's because you're vibrating at a really bad level and people just hate your fucking advice, all right? That's it. They hear your voice, they don't want to slap you, all right? So, but if you change that, you get connected. You perceive the world differently, right? People love you more, and you become likable, right? And it affects how lucky you are. So it's so important that, you know, a lot of times when I look at some people say, you know, they're discriminating against me. This is racial. You know, listen, it's an easy way out to say people discriminate against you, they're against you. Or you could say, you know, maybe you're just not that likable. Right? Some girl got no boyfriend, they blame, oh, why people don't like. Because you're not likable. That's the first place, right? If you are likable, people will flock to you. So maybe you want to change that energy, right? You got to be valuable to people. You got to be attractive to people, not attractive through looks. Sometimes you have God-given looks. That's great, but most people don't. So what do? You change your value through your energy. Now you become a likable person. You become attractive. People like to talk to you. Boys or girls, same thing, right? So I want to talk about installing new period 9 priority protocols as well, because, guys, take note of this. How many of you are aware that 2024, February the 4th, is the transition, the actual date to period 9? How many are aware? Right? If you're not aware, then let me just tell you this. This is important. In metaphysics, this is the grand cycle, transitional year. This is the final year before we transit to period 9, 91, all right? This is the new luck cycle. So this is the final year to adapt or be perished in period 9, okay? Now, we've been talking about this in the last 3 years or so for you to get ready. Of course, those who wanted to get ready would have gotten ready long ago, but there's still some people who just maybe for whatever reason came to know about feng shui very late in their life, or they just found out about metaphysics. So listen, it's important that whatever you could do, this is the final year to do it. If you don't do it by this year, you're going to be late to the game and other people will be ahead of you. So got to take note of this. So I want to talk about that, the setup. And number 3, I want to talk about actions. So this is important. Just forecasting some shit about next year, just talking about next year is not as important as talking about actions. When it's talking about actions, we are going to focus on spiritual strategies and feng shui tactics. It's about what to do and when to do it. It's about special activation timing for divine energy. So if we know exactly what we can do for the year, we will have a great year in 2023, despite the shit that still might happen, right? I'm not saying that we could change circumstances. Some circumstances such as, I don't know, economic downturns, for example, recessions, health of some relative, for example, it's beyond your control. But what is within your control is what solutions you can find. Access to resources, connection with people, access to your own energy, your own vibrational energy. There's a lot of things that's still within your control. You got to focus on that. When you know what you still can do, you put suffering to an end. But if you feel helpless in any situation, that, oh my God, this so-and-so doesn't love me anymore, I can't do anything about it, that's suffering because you feel you can't do shit about it. Is that true? It's not true. This just because you don't know the solution does not mean the solution doesn't exist, right? So that's why you need to know the action steps, what you could do about it, all right? So what truly makes a year to be bad, all right? Let's just start with this, yeah? So 2023, we expect global recession. A lot of things are people are saying, you gotta tighten up your belt a little bit. You gotta prevent this, be careful of that, a lot of stuff, right? So what truly makes a year bad, right? A year can only be bad with these 3 criteria. When these 3 criteria are met, number 1, there are unexpected negative events. All right, so you didn't expect it, it happened, so you say, shit. Why didn't I expect the shit and it's happening? Oh my God, I know what to do. All right, so it's bad. Or there are unexpected expenses that you now have to pay, so you're gonna feel really shitty because, oh my God, this bill, I hate this. I don't want to pay this, but now I'm forced to pay this. This is unexpected, blah, 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 right? So you will classify that as something that is bad. Or some unexpected negative results that you didn't know, but it came to you, and now you feel that the year it's really, really bad, okay? So now, of course, conversely, if you anticipate there could be some challenging events, then you no longer will have unexpected negative events because you anticipate it, you are prepared for it emotionally, you're prepared for it mentally, and you're prepared for it, hopefully, physically with a solution, right? So it's not that bad. Or you have unexpected expenses, but you are prepared for it, you have allocated funds, you have created a better revenue stream, you have access to resources that when this shit happens, it's all right, it's within my calculation, you just pay it off, right? So it's still a great year for you, right? Or there's some negative results, but you have backup, you have other plans, you have other things that say, hey, this shit happened, but I've got other things that are best ever that happened in my life, so it doesn't matter. It's not perfect year, but it's great year ever, right? So it could be that. Now, I think it's nice to summarize 2022 with this picture right here, okay? So I think a lot of times, I always, people ask, how do you summarize one year? Well, let's look at this, right? Do you use FTX? Yes? What did it cost you? Everything. So it's a question of Did we expect shit like this to happen? Well, we know some shit is happening, but did we know exactly what? Now, the problem is this. Most people are trying to pinpoint exactly what, but if you anticipate a problem, you would have backed up yourself and have multiple other sources of income, and you won't throw all eggs in one basket, all right? So when things don't happen the way you want it to happen, that is because, there are other forces at work that will, still go their way, but you got to prepare and anticipate there's going to be problems like this. Will it happen again in 2023? Very likely, okay? And are you prepared for it? I don't know. You got to tell me that, right? So how should you prepare? Well, there are many ways you could do it. But before we go ahead, I think we should have some form of highlights about, what has happened and how are we looking at the differences between these two, 2022 and 2023, okay? So I want to put up right here how we normally do it in astrology is we're going to compare the charts. So 2022 Pazi chart, we have talked a lot about this and why did we expect the a major issue in terms of financial breakdown around the world to happen because of this chart, right? So in comparison to 2023, is this a better chart? Well, the answer is same but different, okay? Now, you may say, same but different, right? Well, that means similar shocking events, but in a different way, okay? They approach it in a different way. So I would think 2023 is a much more exciting year in terms of finance because there are more opportunities. But then the gap, the disparity, the gap between the rich and the poor will widen, and there will be a huge transformation between people who got rich accidentally will now become poor. I don't know if that's good news for you. People who are in the middle class will subsequently go on a downward spiral because they're not prepared. And there are some people who are currently poor might be accidentally rich again, okay? Because certain things they didn't know out of luck. But hopefully, we do this in a more conscious way so that we can take advantage of the opportunities that lie in the 2023 chart. Let me just tell you this. 2022, you have a very unsteady water element as the wealth element. Okay, so water, like the wave, it fluctuates, right? You get big tide, suddenly no tide, suddenly a wave wipes out everybody, just like the water element. Now, and the earth element, which is, you look at 2022 chart, which is the day master. Now, I know you don't know anything about parts. I'm going to assume you don't know parts, so I'm going to talk to, like I'm talking to a baby, okay? So the day master, which is yang earth, we're going to circle yang earth. Earth controls water, but this earth is too weak. It's a small little earth trying to control a huge wave, therefore unable to control the financial markets effectively, and therefore there's a huge disruption. Now let's look at 2023 in a nutshell, right? People are saying, would there be a financial disturbance, disruption? The answer is yes. Just look at this. So we have yin water as the day. Let's circle that, yin water day master, okay, the day of yin water. But this yin water, it's on the month of February with a huge number of fire elements in the chart. It's super, super weak. It is unable to put out the fire. So you're going to have a similar problem. It's just a different format. Okay? So what we expect, this currency disruption, this transfer of power, this change of world order, a lot of this 2020 will be the spark, will be the starting of this global transformation. If you just look at this chart. And plus, this is the age, the final year before period 9. But if you can make use of this information, perhaps you can position yourself in the most advantageous position so that you could benefit in 2023, okay? Now, I would think that it would be more useful for you to look at a comparison between 2021 to 2022 and how 2022 will transit to 2023. Let's have a recap of what we've done before. Now, I didn't do this in my live events because we don't have enough time, but here, I just want to take it slow and cover as many things as possible. So I'm going to show you a little bit of a recap of what happens in 2021. So in 2021, we talked about trade war turning into Cold War. We talked about the world's richest man ever happening that year. Talk about new race, the commercial to space travel. We talked about birth of the metaverse in 2021. This was 2021 FSA. Okay, we talked about the pandemic hangover, and how people are going to respond to traveling again. That was 2021. We talked about the Great Resignation. We talked about leadership change, right? We talked about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies reaching to a peak point and reaching to a point where it's hitting a transition, right? And in 2022, this is what actually happened. For Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, we have the FTX and Luno crypto winter that happened, right? So reached to a point where suddenly it break, right? And then there's previously where we were talking about trade war and turning to Cold War, then now you have proxy wars and energy crisis. So that's sort of how it transited into 2022, right? So in 2022, instead of just richest man ever, we also now have the throning of giants. We spoke about that in 2022. The giants are now changing. So we have Facebook now, look what's happening to Facebook shares, right? Look at what is happening to Tesla. It was once untouchable, and this thing happened. Look at Twitter, right? Huge transformation. We call this the throning of giants, and Netflix is no longer number one, right? And we talk about leadership change, which led to leadership crisis in US, in EU, in China, and even in Twitter itself, right? CEO or not CEO, big issue. And Great Resignation led on to the great layoffs now across Facebook, Amazon, Twitter, Tesla, and also happening here in Asia as well. A lot of companies are laying off people. Now, we say this, right? Some people see it, but here in Asia, not many people see it yet. 2023, they will see it. A lot of people will just lose their jobs. So a lot of people have to be careful, but most people don't feel it yet. So there's like the average kid out there, the 20-year-old is like, doesn't matter. I still go to my Starbucks and buy my nice coffee and go on TikTok and post some videos, right? So they haven't felt it yet because in 2022, because it hasn't hit them yet. But in 2023, you will see a lot of this happening, okay? You will see a lot of this happening. So it is moving towards that direction. And of course, the pandemic hangover transited to traveling. I mean, this pimped up demand for traveling and the socializing spike, right? That caused a lot of disruptions as well. So we talked about birth of the metaverse in 2021. This is still in infancy, and the space travel is still in infancy, but I believe in 2023, you will see a huge transformation, okay? So let's focus on 2023. So what do we expect, right, from 2023's bar chart? What do we expect from this? And more importantly, what can we do about it, right? So let's just focus on the 5 biggest threats. Now, I didn't focus a lot on this in my live event, because my live event is focused more on Malaysia. This is more on a global scale, okay? So that's why this is the Feng Shui and Astrology World Edition, right? First, my reading on economic and financial collapse still stands. So this is the transition is happening 2022, 2023. You see that big thing turning around. So many people are looking for that one point, but I'm thinking it's a gradual point that is happening. So that's one thing. Number 2, outbreak of war. Just what you've seen now in 2022, I think will continue in 2023. It's a big problem. And it does affect the EU. And number 3, increase in competition. This is a result of from the great layoff. So from great resignation, people think, I can just work from home. My boss won't see me working. I can do my thing and ask for vacation even though I'm still working from home, stuff like that. This song you cannot sing. This new era, a lot of people just lose their jobs. And also, don't forget, a lot of people are also, since I lost my job, I'm going to start my own business. But don't forget, a lot of people are also starting their business at the same time. So what you face is a competition for resources at the same time, okay? So everyone wants to start their own thing. So many inexperienced will resort to price wars because they don't know what to do. If I want to do the business, I go cheaper, I just go cheaper, right? So you will have this price war that is happening out there that could cause a lot of disturbance and disruption to the market for a lot of established players as well. And because there's inflation around the world, people will go for cheaper things, right? Now, that leads me to number 4, a huge change in how people buy things, a consumer behavioral change. You will see that more significantly in 2023. If you look at the Barter chart for 2023, let me just show you the Barter chart here. You could see that the element that is useful, the Yongsan, right? The useful element is the yin water in the year pillar. So the year pillar is generic, it represents the whole world, and because it's a friend star, it's the same as the day element. So we're talking about self-reflection, all right? It's talking about behavior, it's talking about personality. So because this is the element that is being affected, so I'm going to predict that there will be a big consumer behavioral change in how people find the best deals, because inflation obviously will contribute to it, and how people will do research before purchase, how people expect more bang for their buck. Okay, that will be one of the huge impact to a lot of businesses around the world. Now, I don't know where you stand right now in your career or business, but maybe you want to take this into account when you are maybe even looking for a job, or maybe you're doing some work for your organization. You got to think about that. Okay, you're just not a clerk. You're just not a a person doing some mundane work. If you want to be a leader, you got to know all this stuff, right? And of course, this is the most important, access to funds. This is number 5. Now, if you look at the parts chart of the year, yin water controls fire element as well. Okay? So yin water controls fire element as well. Can the single yin water in the day control the fire? No, it's too strong. This wood, massive wood, is producing a lot of fire element. So this yin water needs to connect with the other yin water, which is in the year pillar, to access the funds. So access to funds requires help. Access means you connect with people, building a credit line before you need it, and ensuring that you have access to this funding for your ideas. Otherwise, you're going to have a big problem. You have huge ideas, but if you want your ideas to become a reality in this world, you're going to have a big issue because you have not built a credit line. You have no access to funding. Your dreams cannot come true. Okay? So running a business is much more expensive in 2023, right? And banks are also businesses, and borrowing becomes harder when times get tough. Remember this, okay? But here's the thing. How many of you have yin water in the chart? Your parts chart. Okay? If you're yin water in the chart, you're obviously accessing, you are the person that is in demand, all right? Yin water is one good sign here, by the way. How many of yin water in your anywhere in your chart, on the top 4 element or in the bottom hidden in the 4? Okay, this is a good sign, yeah? You have yin water, you have the yong san, right? The useful element or the focus element for the year. So a lot of opportunities will present itself. Again, if you see the opportunities, how do you do that? You become more aware of it, right? Some people are just like, I don't see anything. They're cynical. If you're a cynical asshole, a lot of things in your life you cannot see, not because they don't exist, it's because you don't believe they exist in the first place, right? If you're not a cynical person, you can see the opportunities. Just have to be more open to it, and you'll see it, okay? So here's the thing. So these are the 5 biggest threats for 2023. Now, conversely, maybe you want to talk about what are the 5 biggest opportunities for 2023. So these 5 biggest opportunities, if you just focus on any one of these will allow you to have a great or fantastic year in 2023, okay? So now, don't just wait for shit to come to you, right? I mean, you got to go and get out of your seat and grab those opportunities when you see them. So here's the thing. Number 1, because it's a difficult year, and because a lot of people lose their jobs, and because people are looking for alternatives, so number 1 opportunity is the market is hungry for new innovation. Okay, so if you can bring something new to the old game, if you could present a new way to do something faster, better, more effective, cheaper, for example, and create a much better results and give them much more, then you will win the game. Because this is the time where people are going to look for it, okay? So if you're saying, I just want an easy life, unfortunately, 2023 wipes out those who want an easy life. You can't get that. You could get it in 2021, can't get it in 2023. So unfortunately, I'm going to tell you which animal signs as well tomorrow and the day after, who basically will get wiped out. So I know this is not nice to say, but a lot of people who are just average, they're going to be wiped out, all right, in 2023. But here's the thing. If you have always been hardworking and you've been looking for an opportunity all this time, you know what? This is your time to shine, okay? So here's the thing, right? Market's hungry for innovation. That's number 1. Number 2, this is for people with some money, obviously. Fire sale is going to be everywhere. Companies, businesses for sale. Maybe your competitor is up for sale, right? So fire sale everywhere. So again, you may say, yeah, but I don't have money. So what did I tell you in the last, just a couple of minutes ago? Get access to funding. This is your thing. Have you gotten access? Yeah, I don't know how, Hey, listen, slap you. Don't know how, learn how, all right? The richest people in the world learn how to raise funds, all right? You learn how to do that. It's learnable, all right? It's just like, I don't have love in life. People don't love me. Then learn to be lovable. Lah. What's your problem, right? Oh, I don't know how. Learn how, lor. Right? So if nobody love you, learn how to be lovable, right? Just like you don't know how to raise money, learn how to raise money. There are ways to do this, okay? It's just because you don't know does not mean the solution does not exist. So fire sale is everywhere, okay? Listen to that, all right? So find out your ways to access some funds when this pops out within your field of competence. That's right, okay? Within your field of competence. So for example, I'm in metaphysics. So in any types of businesses that can support what I do in teaching, in in social media, for example, in connecting with people, in publishing, in all these type of fields, and their businesses are for sale, I might be up for it, right? So if you're selling something that relates to some, like making cars, for example, I'm not into that, so I'm not going to buy those businesses. You got to, within your field of interest, your field of competency, these opportunities will arise, and that's when you want to be able to access to funds. And a lot of times, guys, it's not about your own money buying something. You just have to raise and access the funds. It's OPM, other people's money, okay? So there are some animal science who are more beneficial. We're going to study that as well. All right, how many of you want to know which animal science have that connectivity to funds? Time with me here. Okay, we're going to talk about it, right? So we'll focus on that as well. Now, number three, this is important. For those of you who have difficulty finding the right people for your business or to start something. How many of you can't find the right partner, can't find the right, even in love life, yeah? I can't find the right guy, I can't find the right girl, all that crap, yeah? So I can't find the right people to hire. How many of you have this issue before, right? I don't know who to hire, what to hire. Okay, that is because those days, harder to access talent. Right now, talent become available, 2023. In fact, this happens in 2022. It's just carrying on to 2023. Talent, a larger pool of talent is everywhere. So, if you had done what we have told you to do in 2022 and had access funds in your business, this is the year that you will move ahead and your competitors will perish because now you have funds to hire people, right? So, you could hire the best people because some of them may have they might have been working for Twitter or whatever companies that they might have been, laid off, or they got pissed off with Elon Musk and don't want to work for Elon anymore. And these are talents that are accessible, right? So you could access a much larger pool of talent in 2023, okay? Activate your nobleman and then talk to people, get connected, pay a good price and get the best, right? This is what you need. So if you work with great people, you're going to excel, right? A lot of things that you can't do, but there are talents out there that can do it for you. Number 4, we say dethroning of giants. And I think this is an opportunity because in 2023, a lot of people that dominated certain space, certain positions in the market have been shaken up, especially large corporations, large organizations that dominate a certain market. They change, right? I mean, Netflix is shaken up, so was Facebook, Twitter, and all this. Things are different. So there's opportunity for the smaller players to participate and dominate a niche aspect of that market. So if you're ready in 2023 and you're prepared for it, you could dominate that space. So dethroning of giants is your opportunity to actually do something like that. For example, I would say in the speaker's world, in the speaking world, I think there's a market for helping kids excel, because a lot of kids probably maybe they're depressed at home. I mean, their family is not that poor, but they're well-to-do. But then the parents, because they're working, they don't have time to guide their kids, and someone might be able to take that market, for example. So there's a lot of things that are there right now, but people don't see it because they're so stuck up with their own issues, right? But this is an opportunity in 2023. Now, why did I say kids or younger generation market? Because you might How many of you want to know the technical aspect? Why this is this? You want to know how to read it? Okay. All right. So this makes it different than those other forecast talks, right? So here's the party chart for 2023. Okay. So this is a party chart. Can you see that this is the month of tiger, day of snake, and hour of snake? Can you see that tree, tiger, snake, right? So these three here are called, besides called traveling stars, they're also called youth animal signs, youth stars. Youth because they're called Cheongsang. Cheongsang, there are four animal signs: the pig, the snake, the tiger, and the monkey. So a chart, a party chart, you know how we learn party is, if a person is born with these four signs, mainly, let's occupy three spaces in their chart, people look young. All right, they are just younger, right? Even though they are 60 years old, but you look at their face, it look like they're 20s or 30s. But if a party chart is surrounded by a lot of earth elements, such as dragon, dog, ox, or goat, for example, these people might be 20 years old, but you look at them, they look like 60, you know? You just want to punch them in their face. Yeah, they born a baby, this baby is like 14 years old. So it's like that one. So this is young, right? So the market for young people is opening up, right? So if your business address young people, this money is yours. And there are people who dominate that space is also changing, all right? So since I know about this market now, I know about this information, I would now gear my metaphysics and my knowledge and my training to help this group of people. This normally not in my market, but because this is something I want to help out, I think this is an opportunity, so I will also focus here. So likewise, can you do the same? You think about it, right? And lastly, the opportunities, number 5 is 2023 is a lender's market. So what does this mean? That means in 2023, you become banker is better. So you see other people have great ideas. It is time for you to participate in profit sharing or in ownership of businesses that you don't even have to freaking start on your own, right? So this is great. Now, what I'm saying, but why? Why? Okay, here's the party chart again. See the party chart? Okay, now, party chart is called 财多身子弱. That means wealth element very strong, self element weak. Self element is the yin water of the day. So you need what? You need the yin water in the year, right? So the yin water in the year is it's called an ally, right? Or the partner. So you are the partner, right? So if you, it's better to be that one because now you have access to giving the funds. You have access to connecting people. So if you are lending, instead of lending, maybe you want to participate in businesses that you believe in. Don't just any business lah. You look at the fellow first. You look at the fellow says, confirm cannot be good business person, then don't partner them lah. Listen, you also must exercise this secret art of common sense. You know, some people are just dumb, right? So you don't want to invest in dumb people. If you see they're good at what they do, they have potential to grow, then you put some money in and own the part of the business and grow, all right? So of course you may say, I don't have money. I told you, the master is about raising funds, all right? It all leads back to the first thing, all right? So if you I don't know how, learn how, long, right? You don't know how, learn how. Like you don't know feng shui, then how? Learn feng shui lah, right? I don't know party, then how? Learn party lah, right? I don't know how to write, learn how to write lah. I don't know how to drive a car, learn to drive a car. Now what? You hit your head against the wall, expect things to work for you. Cannot be, all right? Now, don't know how, learn how. Write this down. Put it on your Instagram right now, right? Hashtag don't know how, learn how. So this is important. This one is once upon a time is taught to me by my mentor. It's true one, yeah? I had this very interesting conversation once with me, and then my cousin was there, and then my mentor is a great property investor. And so he was talking about how you should buy a row of shops and raise the funds to buy, and this is how you make money. And then there was this, my relative was there saying, no, I don't know how to do it. If someone just tell me how, I would know how to do it, and I can become rich, blah, 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 blah. And then my mentor just turned around and said, don't know how, learn how. That's so simple, but it's just awakened my mind. And that, it's my motto in life right now. A lot of things that I don't know, like, I don't know TikTok, right? I don't know TikTok. I just find someone who knows how to do TikTok and then do TikTok. Do you realize that I'm actually on TikTok and I didn't dance on TikTok? Some of you have to do the, I don't know what, stupid dance shit, right? I don't need to do that. Get someone who knows how to do it, learn how to do it, right? Connect it and you have access to it. So a lot of times you think you don't know, it's only because at that time in your life, you're stuck. So there's a lot of ways, right? Feng Shui don't learn Feng Shui. Qi Men don't learn Qi Men, right? A lot of things can be done. So here's the thing, right? Be the lender, right? So these are the things that if you ask me in a nutshell for next 3 days, I'll focus a lot on these opportunities and how you can maximize them. You don't have to do all of them. All right, guys, why don't you type which one do you want to focus on more, right? Do you want to focus on a niche market, dethroning of giants, so it's called niche market? Do you want a larger pool of people hiring? Fire sale, right? Raising funds, right? Become a lender, okay? So all this now, of course, you may say, but this is nothing for the career person. Oh my God, I'm working for others. High law, as a thing law, in 2023, if you're working for others, you should learn to make sure you keep your job. Yeah, that's the thing, what to do. Excel or not, Taiwan, yeah. Hopefully you're good enough to maintain it because the world is shifting. Because of these 5 things, if your person, whoever boss you're working for, is aware of these 5 things, you're in the right organization because he or she is going forward and she is disrupting the market and winning, right? If your boss don't know that and you want to be a valuable, contributor to the company, talk to him or her about these 5 things and help him out, right? That's how you get into becoming a valuable employee, okay? Now, how would all of this affect you and what should you really be doing in 2023? Now that you know that there's an opportunity, there are 5 opportunities out there and I just have to focus on one, then what should I be doing? Well, you got to understand the difference between effect and impact. What is effecting, right? Whatever effects that you feel from the 2023 opportunities and problems, that's just an effect. But will you be able to make an impact? That's a lot to do with you, okay? So this chart here I've been using since 2020. And if you're familiar with my Feng Shui and astrology events, you've seen this before. And so I'm going to use this chart again. So 2020 was the ground zero, where this is right now. You can see 2020. That was the Great Conjunction. If you remember, I posted that year the Earth star and the Wood star, meaning Jupiter and Saturn is conjunction, means they meet together, and that signifies the transition to the new era. So that happened. So that was the transition downwards, and then you have 2021, 2020, and now you're sort of in a cusp right now in 2023. Now, will you be able to excel and follow the transition of this period all the way to 2024? So, pandemic happened in 2020, all the way to the pivoting, right? If you pivoted at that time, look at the impact line on the top. If you pivoted, you will maintain and continue to grow, and all the way to about 2024, you'll be making huge progress. But suppose you didn't pivot. You didn't pivot at all. You'll be saying, oh shit, the pandemic has changed lives, now this is the new norm, blah, blah, blah. You're still stuck at that stupid mindset that, oh my God, the things have changed now, I don't know what to do, Where other people are already doing it, you're still talking about the problems that this world has caused you, now very hard to hire people, blah, 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 okay? So this 2023 is the year, because 2023, you're gonna move on to the final stage of that transition. So either A, you're gonna move upwards, 2024 will be making huge progress and impact, or you're going to go downward spiral. This is look at the other line that goes downwards. That's why period 9 is a big clean out. You will notice that there are a lot of people who were once in the organization and they're working from home, for example. They could just jump from companies to companies because a lot of bosses, a lot of business owners are too afraid to fire people because the economy was shrinking and everyone was scared, so not like that. But in 2023 to 2024, things are different. 2023 to 2024, the bosses need you to be back at work. They can see you, right? Business can see you, and if you're not performing, because the pool of talent is out there, you will easily get replaced. So the downward spiral is for those who are mediocre. Unfortunately, I know this is not such a great news. A lot of people like to take it easy, but this is not going to happen in 2023 because 2020, let's look back at the chart once again. This is 2023's Bazi chart. The self element, yin water, is weak. It's weak in this chart. It needs to produce wood. It's trying to conquer the fire element. It's drying up. So the weaklings, those who are not top G level, will be wiped out, right? So now, I said it many times already. I know it doesn't sound nice, but you got to get to the top level, all right? You got to be at the peak of your game. So if you get to the peak of your game, that means you are able to use the yin water. So in 2023, you will be one of those years that you will excel and have the gap between where you are and where the rest of your loser friends are. You're going to be way up here. Okay? So that's the difference. I know there are a lot of average people. Let them be average. But you can make a difference. You can be one of those that in this cycle, you're going to go make progress. That's 2024 for you. So how are we going to do this? Understand that in 2023, it's all about positioning how you use your time and energy. Now, time and energy in metaphysics is known as qi. So if your qi is good, we will say that a person has got good fortune or good luck. So in feng shui, we talk about qi flow. In bazi, we also talk about your bazi qi flow. In qi we talk about qi flow. So qi is like a general word that the best translation for it would be energy, vibrational energy. Okay. Now there are different realms for this vibrational energy. When we say we want to improve 2023, we want to know what we can do about it. So the best way to understand this is that there are 4 frequencies for qi to sort of be connected or matched with you, right? So there's the universe realm. So this will be where you're connected to the universal cosmic spirit, the oneness with source energy or the divine, that's universe. And then heaven energy. Heaven energy, it's like your thoughts. It's like what you think, how you think, your inspirations, for example. Some people say, I have great thoughts. Some people have bad thoughts. Some people have positive thoughts. Some people have negative thoughts. But thoughts itself is heaven luck, right? Or heavenly energy. So I don't like to always use the word luck because it implies you can't control it. So I like to use the word energy because you can have more of energy or less of energy or tune into energy, okay? So we have earth energy. Earth energy can represent the vibrational energy that you get from your environment, your place. You see, no matter how positive spirited you are super motivated, but if you're in an environment that's constantly talking bad about you, constantly you have people that don't support you, the people who don't love you, who say bad things about you, no matter how positive you are, it's very hard to overcome a negative environment. Okay? Over time, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, your positivity will just be dampened because you're in an environment that simply is fucked up, right? So you go home and you feel like shit. So that's why it's important to understand that the environment must support you. And then lastly, man luck. Now, again, man here refers to humans or people or physical realm, okay? So the physical realm or your physical being, your body, your actual being itself, that's also a form of energy. So these 4 realms, when they resonate in unison, that's when miracles are created. That's when manifesting becomes real. Oh, by the way, having said that, how many of you practice the art of manifesting, especially Chiman art of manifesting? Okay, so now just so, guys, can you pass me the book? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, okay, so we have, now some of you have this copy, some of you don't have this copy. Can you just put this up on the screen? Yeah. Cool. Now listen, we're not selling this book. You can't buy this book either. I'm just saying for those of you who have it, because some of you already registered for enroll in the class last year, so you might have a copy of this. And we are going to get a special session later today. Kenny, are we going to slot in? Do we have time?
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah? Okay. So if you have this, get this ready because I will be referring to some of the pages inside here. If you have it, if you don't have it, listen, I'm not asking you to buy it because you can't buy it, all right? Seriously. So you got to do it by hand. Listen, don't complain. Slap, don't complain. Do you want to do it or not, all right? So you got to do it by hand. Are you okay by doing it by hand? All right? Otherwise, just listen for fun now, all right? Do you want to learn something? The convenient way or the inconvenient is drop by hand. Either way, you can get it done, okay? All right. So here's the thing. Because the manifesting planner, I'm going to go straight to certain dates. Let's put this back here. Yeah. So we're going to go to certain dates. We're going to use that later to access these 4 realms in a specific way. Now, even if you don't have it, I will explain to you. You need to do it by hand, right? And exactly how you could use that to cleanse your energy and prepare for a manifesting, a major manifesting for the year ahead. Okay, now listen, guys, we haven't officially transited to the new year, year of the rabbit yet. The new year transits on February the 4th. So it's coming, right? So you got to prepare now, right? So you want to be able to do that now very quickly. I will be able to help you with the manifesting, right? What you need to manifest on February 4th itself so that you get a great year ahead. Okay, now, so having said this, these 3 days itself, we will focus on the culmination or the combination of these multiple disciplines of metaphysics. Your Bazi chart, this is your astrology chart. Your feng shui, you got to have your floor plans ready. So I think on the second, tomorrow or the day after, I'm focused on some of the period 9 things you need to remember. 2023 transition to period 9, so you're going to get prepared for it, what you need to do so that you could raise the funds, get connected with the right people, with the right teachers, teach you what to do so you know what to do so you can go ahead and succeed, connect you with the right people and so forth, and Chiman Dunja to change things that you don't like or awaken your intuition, attract the right type of people, attract opportunities, manifest reality into your lives, or maybe just clear up negative shit, right? Some people just have a lot of negative thoughts. I can tell you this, right? Even some of our students, after many years, I realized that I have to tell them that they actually have some negative energies that they need to clear. Let me tell you this. Some people, they are convinced that their neighbors are doing black magic on them. I mean, they're convinced because they saw a dead bird or dead cat head in front of their houses. Oh my God, there's a dead cat head or dead mouse head in front of my house. That neighbor, they did it. They're going to curse me, this. Listen, I'm not saying that these curses don't exist, but in order for them to do this major curse on you, you got to be somebody super important in life, yeah? I mean, surely you have less enemies than Elon Musk, and he fired thousands of people. Surely if you want to bring him down, you would have just throw a dead cat head somewhere near him and kill him, right? But no, right? People chose to do that to you. You must be super important. Listen, there's not so much black magic out there. I mean, there are, but unlikely. It's only because your negative views are attracting the energy. So it's a lot of times you are actually creating that reality for yourself. So it's not people, not your neighbor, but you. But when you change that, suddenly your neighbor is actually a loving person. The environment is great. It's a beautiful day. You attract good things into your life. All right? So it's possible, right? Maybe Chiman is what you need, or maybe certain dates for activation. So we're going to cover as much as possible in these 3 days as we can so that it will be a fantastic year ahead for you, okay? Now, I realize that there are a lot of questions here as well. So how many of you here are new to metaphysics? Type me. Okay? All right? So some of you have questions. So here's the thing. Stay till the end for some Q&A, and at the end of the day, now, how many of you have been to my live stream events before? You've seen me do this before. I mean, not just FSA, but other events. You've seen it before, right? So at the end of our events, I always have some surprises. Okay, surprises are giveaways, all right? So I will have some giveaways. I don't know what the giveaways are yet. The team will announce to me later. So if you are at the end, I'm going to announce some questions or some games for you to play. And if you win, you're going to get some free stuff, right? So it's going to be a lot of fun. And always, now, there will always be some extra topics that I will put at the end that will not be in the replays. Okay, these are something additional that it's based on the questions that I see. There might be an additional topic that will not be in replays. This is to ethically bribe you to watch this whole live stream live, because there's a certain excitement, and being here, my coaches and all can talk to you right now. So I want people to actually be here and put in their effort in watching this event live. A lot of times when we have something on replay, we actually don't see it, and we get distracted, and we don't have the motivation to do that. So this is how I want to run it, okay? So listen, this is just the way we're going to do it. I know some people are like, hey, I don't like, I complain. Listen, I slap you, fly far. I don't care, right? So there will be some content that will not be in the replay. It's just me doing shit like this, all right? So it's going to be like that. So I want you guys to watch this until the end and get a bit of both, all right? At the end of each day. So now let's get on with what we are here to achieve, right? So I want to ask you this very important question. What do you really, really want in 2023? What do you really, really want? I would say perhaps most people want more money. More money? Type with me right now if you want more money. How many of you would like more love? Okay. I think love is like that, right? I mean, you always want more love. Who doesn't want more love in life, right? How about more happiness? How about more energy? Maybe just to have fun in life, right? Or maybe to do something you want to do, but you don't have the energy to do it, so you want energy to do it. Or maybe energy for health, maybe, because you need to be vibrant, you have to feel alive, you have to feel that you can do a lot of stuff. Yeah? And maybe more time. But what you're really seeking is growth. Okay? What is really seeking is growth. So we are going to use metaphysics for 2023. Our focus is what can you do based on the Bazi chart you have, or based on the house you have, or based on the achievement chart you have. What exactly can you do so that you can get some of these, or at least maybe even more of these in your life next year. Now, if you have this next year, it's going to be 2020. I say next year, I mean 2023, okay? So you're going to have a completely fantastic, year of the water rabbit. Now, let's start with this chart right here. Okay, so we've seen this chart a couple of times. February 4th at 10:44 a.m. is the transition to the year of the water rabbit. Okay, now in case you're new to metaphysics, you thought, I thought you guys just celebrated, because this is for world audience, right? Some of you say, hey, I thought you guys just celebrated Chinese New Year. Shouldn't the water rabbit already started? No. Water rabbit only starts on February the 4th. So which means you're born on February the 3rd, you still belong to the water tiger. Okay, this is the actual transition. So to plot a chart for the year, we look at the transition date and we plot a Bazi chart. So this happens to be at the 4th of February at 10:44 a.m. This is the Bazi chart. So this chart also tells us a overview. It's just like a human being's chart. If we read a person, we will read it the same way, whether it's a good chart or whether there's an opportunity, whether there's a problem, whatever it is, it's from this chart right here, okay? So right here, we can see a few things. Now, you may look, I don't know any of these characters right now. How am I going to read the chart? No, not to worry. That's why I'm here to explain to you what this chart means. So there are a few things that we see here. This chart here shows the self element, which is the day, is actually weak to control the wealth. So which means wealth, there's a lot of money out there, but these people, the self element is too weak to get it. So there's a saying in the ancient Chinese, 財多身子弱，富屋貧人. That means when 財多 means wealth a lot in the chart, 身子弱 means the self element is weak, 富屋 rich house, poor person. Okay? So what means rich house, poor person? Is like back in the old days in the palace, the eunuchs or the person who sweep the floor in the palace is a rich house, but the person is poor. So a chart like this will appear, okay? That means you can see but cannot eat. 睇得食唔得啦, yeah? So a lot of opportunities will be there. Now, of course, you can reverse this. The chart says the majority of people are like that. But you just need to be the top 5%, maybe even the top 10%, and things will be different for you. Of course, it's going to be a bit harder because you need to make use of the other water elements. So since this, can you see there are two water elements? Right? Two water elements, right? One is yin water. The year pillar is also yin water. We circle the yin water, yeah, for them. And you see two. So it's like a mirror. So it's like a mirror. Right? That's why Beijing sing, a friend star is like a mirror. You look at yourself. The solution is in the self. Now, tomorrow, I'll share with you this thing called the Mother Earth Oracle, Dei Mo King. How many of you heard of Dei Mo King before? Even in Dei Mo King, there's a specific line that says the solution is within the self. Okay? So a lot of times people say, I want government give me, I want the new president to give me, I want new this, I want new that. But the solution is no longer outside. There is very little that the company can do for you. There's very little the government can do for you, but you can still do something about yourself. So if you want to change this, the solution is in the self element right here. Okay? So, and the self elements also mean partnership elements. I'm going to show you exactly. We'll talk about how you raise funds, be the person, be the investor, because in 2023, that is also the secret in this star. And there's another element, this why innovation is important. Because this is yin water, And the yin water need to produce the wood. See this wood right here? Yang wood on top, yang wood at the bottom, the tiger. Okay, so this is the hurting officer star, and there's a saying in metaphysics, Xiong Kun Xiong Zon, right? The hurting officer in extreme cases. So in this case here, when extreme, you could actually look at someone who has breakthrough in terms of they give their all, their whole energy in their life into transforming and becoming something else. For example, a caterpillar becoming a butterfly is a huge transformation from one physical being to a different being. I'm not asking you to suddenly become aqua, yeah? Today like this, tomorrow become like that. No, yeah? Transformation works from internal. That means your views of life change, your job scope change, the way you approach something change. Okay, so there's a lot of things in this chart, a lot of secrets in this chart that you can take note of that I will share with you. But let's start with this. So in 2023, what are the elements? So you can't read the chart, but I can put it in picture form for you. This is the picture form. Okay, this is 2023's picture form. Now, in general, the strongest element is fire. Okay, can you see the biggest element is fire? So here's the thing. People with the most opportunities in 2023 are those with fire element in the chart. I'm not saying that you will be rich. I'm saying the most opportunity. Now go and check your chart. So let me show you now a sample chart. This is a sample chart right here. Okay, this is a sample chart. Now in the sample chart, just look for any fire elements in the year, month, day, and hour. Year, month, day, hour. Any of these are fire element, just search. Okay, now you may say, too difficult, I cannot read these Chinese words, even though it's written in English, but here's the thing. So what you need to do is go zoom down and look at the 5 element circle right here. Okay, so you see these 5 elements. Now, there are 2 layers here. One is your natal and one is the annual chart. Okay, I want you to look at the natal chart. This is natal. Later on, I'll look at annual. Now look at natal. Yes, natal, you have problem with natal? Yes, this is the yellow color one, yeah, not the red color one. Why? No color. No color is because you are cheapskate, you didn't buy color printer. Okay, so go back and go make some money and buy color printer. All right, now, so if you have the natal chart, fire element is pretty strong in chart. How many of you pretty strong? Pretty strong means 80%, 90%, 100%. You have it? That means in 2023, you guys have the most opportunities. Whatever I said about the biggest opportunities applies to you generally. Okay? Now, can get or cannot get is again up to you lah. Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Yeah, biggest opportunities there is like, for example, I would call up a Michelin star restaurant and got a seat. But whether I go for the dinner or not, maybe that night I feel like, oh, I don't want to eat. Then I just wasted an opportunity. But the opportunity is there. Okay? So that's the first element. The second element, if I don't have fire, then how? Zero. Zero, will it mean it's bad here? No. Let's look at wood. Let's look at natal chart. Okay, this is an example here. Wood is about 80%. Can you see this? Okay, this is natal, yeah, not annual. Annual, I don't care. I look at the natal. For now, this topic is natal. Can you see natal chart? Do you have wood? How many got wood? You got? Okay, 80%, 90%, 100%. Okay, pretty good. So 2022, your opportunities are pretty good as well. This is global, yeah, global. Simple. Now, I would say the third element is earth. Third strongest is earth. Now, the easiest to see is the strongest elements are the ones that are most dominant. That means people look for opportunities. People know, okay, will I get a chance or not? If you have the third element is earth and it's pretty strong, 80, 90, 100%, then the answer to that question is yes, you do have the opportunities. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a happy year for you because happiness is a choice, but I'm saying that definitely the opportunities that I talked about earlier, it's going to present themselves to you, and if you are aware of it, you can benefit from it. Okay? So this is the first sign. Now, if you say, but my chart is full of water and the strongest element is water and metal, don't worry. That's why you keep listening. Maybe a solution come tomorrow or day after. All right? So take note of that. Now, guys, this is for the world. But did you know for different countries, you have different elements? Because I'm going to add in the Bazi chart for different countries right now. Okay, so you see here on the list, That's for generic, people who have a global business, you work everywhere in the world. But specifically for your country, this will change a little bit. Okay? So right here now, you will see the list of ranking of the 5 elements for different countries right here. Okay? So besides Malaysia and Singapore, we have USA, East Coast, USA Central, and USA West Coast. They're different. Okay? Likewise, Australia. Australia, you also have the East, the West, and Central. Okay, this is a bit more specific to your area. So if you are there, the elements changes. Okay? As in the priority of elements. So you may say, shit, I got metal element and it's the weakest in the world. Yeah, then go to a country where it is the strongest, okay? So either that or you just stay in the country and not get that much opportunities. It's fine, all right? So here, Philippines. Now listen, I have Philippines on the chart as well. Which other country? You cannot see. Later you can see. Now you listen first, okay? All right, listen. Canada. All right, Thailand, I'm going to include Thailand as well, yeah. Romania, India, Cambodia, Germany, France, Indonesia, Mexico, Vietnam, Spain, Hong Kong, Slovenia, and Switzerland. That's all my list I'm sending to you right now, okay, because you're watching it live, right? So, Telegram, guys, we'll send this chart here to you now. So you can see it. Can you see the ranking is different? Now, how do we do this is we're going to add in the parts of the country together with the, if it's a large country, then there was East and West. Then we're going to re-rank the 5 elements for you. So the ranking is not just fire is the best. Fire might be second or third wherever you are in the world because it's a different place around the world. Okay? So we got to take in the country's parts, the luck pillar the country is in, as well as the location where the country is in. Okay? All right. So this is, I can't do the whole world lah. Come on, yeah. If you live in some other country that is obscure, I'm not going to do it. All right. I'm just going to do whatever I've already done. All right. Some of you are like, oh, okay, I live in Wakanda, and you want to do the thing for Wakanda. I cannot do for Wakanda, and I don't care. All right. So I'm just going to do for this, whatever. Okay. If you live with Namor, good for you, all right? All right, so here goes, all right? So, now, what do I do with this, right? What do I do with this? So, listen, the country represents where, remember I told you there is, we got to calibrate where the most opportunity arises for you based on your chart. So, we look from broad picture first, right? If there's a lot of opportunities where you are, then obviously stay where you are. But if there's a lot of opportunities at the other neighboring country, maybe you want to focus your business or looking for a job or looking for an opportunity in that other country. Okay, so that could be one of the things. Or doing business nowadays, you might not need to fly over there. You just need to be able to connect online with people in that country or the market in that area. Okay, listen, even in our business, we have top 10 countries. Whatever we list here, obviously address mostly where our market is. All right, so we address it because a lot of you guys are from there, right? So likewise for yourself is the same thing. I don't have to go and live in Cambodia in order to actually service the market there. I can actually connect online. So you can actually do that too. So if you say, when do I use the global chart? Well, if you're doing an airlines, for example, you obviously look at the global chart. But if you're specific to a certain country, you might want to use that localized elements for you. Okay? Now, let's just look at the collective metaphysics observations based on parts and based on what I'm going to share with you tomorrow based on this thing called the Mother Earth Oracle. I want to reserve this for tomorrow because it's easier for me to address that and then go on to the animal signs. But I want to give you a collective summary, okay, of what it is. Number one, based on the Parts chart for 2023, new age of spirituality and well-being will begin this year as opposed to 2024. Let me explain why. Here's the Parts chart for 2023. The day is yin water, and you will see that there are 2 snakes here. Now, snake, when it comes to parts, for a yin water day, is called the Taiji Nobleman Star, Tai Kek Guai Yan. Okay, so Tai Ke Guan, how many? You got 2, correct? So 2 Tai Ke Guan, Taiji nobleman. Now, for those of you who are new to metaphysics, Taiji nobleman is a star that has great affinity and success and breakthroughs in terms of metaphysics abilities. Okay, so now this chart got 2. Now, that's not just 2. Watch. So this yin water, which is the day, has got 2 snakes. But how about the year yin water? So this year yin water, now circle this, year yin water also have 2 snakes. So which means total, there are 4 Taiji noblemen in the chart of 2023. So you tell me, is this not a great breakthrough in terms of people who are pursuing the spirituality, well-being, or spiritual pursuits? So this is in general, the whole world where we're going through this. Specifically, if you have snake in the chart. How many of you have snake in your Bazi chart right now? Snake, just the animal sign of snake. In the year, month, day, hour, or luck pillar. Specifically, okay, snake. All right? So, not just snake. Also, we're going to look at yin water. How many of you have yin water anywhere in your Bazi chart? Year, month, day, hour, or anywhere hidden in your Bazi chart, even the luck pillars. Luck pillar, where you are right now. Type of me right now. Okay, so now you know the first sign. This is the 2023 spiritual breakthrough. Of course, you got to go and pursue spiritual pursuit. Now, I'm not saying religious. Doesn't mean every day you go and in the mountain, suddenly you become Buddha, yeah? No, yeah? This is not that type of approach. I'm saying spiritual means your own internal enlightenment, your own spiritual or conscious awakening. You do not need to go and travel into the higher mountain peaks and meditate for 49 days and suddenly your small cell become big cell, suddenly you can access the divine. Not like that. Yeah? It basically means now you become, your awareness level increases, you realize a lot of whatever has gone through your life is actually within your control. You've grown in terms of wisdom. You are more detached from the problems that used to affect you, and you're able to enjoy and experience a happy and joyful life. Your ability to see things as they are has increased, okay? So you could use your whatever well-being approach, spiritual approach, or you can use Qigong, or this is a great year for you to learn Qigong, right? Learn to use these tools to activate your spiritual power, spiritual abilities. You can activate your intuition. You can train your intuition to become more sharp, to guide you, connect with your spirit guides, for example, connect with energy, with source, so that you're always guided. Self-healing, for example, self-happiness, and so forth. So this is number 1. Okay? Now, besides that, if you, tomorrow I'm going to explain from the Mother Earth Oracle, about this thing called the rising costs and diminishing returns and late harvests. Because in the Mother Earth Oracle, which I'll explain tomorrow, you guys better attend tomorrow's session, because I'm going to break down the poem for you. One of it says that the seasons where it's supposed to be hot is not hot, cold is not cold, rain is a lot of rain, for example. So that means it disrupts production. When it disrupts production, the costs will go up. All right, so, and that affects the world. And so this is a reflection of what is happening and will happen. You will see stagflation happening around the world. So when that happens, are you prepared for it? How do you actually make your own business or your own world more recession-proof? Are you able to be able to have backup, for example, for a secondary stream of income? We'll talk more about that, about what to do, okay? Now, also from this chart here, watch this, okay, from the Bazi chart. Let's go back to the Bazi chart. So you have yin water that is supposed to control this fire element. It's going to, yin water produce wood, wood produce fire, correct? So this is Xiong Kun Sang Choi. It's a significant formation for people who are extremely creative, who created from their work of art and talent into a business. So you will see that a lot of people who comes from nothing and suddenly become millionaires, even in a year like 2023. Now, I'm not saying which Bazi chart has it. I'm more fitting to what action steps here that you could take. How many of you regard yourself as a creative person and has an idea that you want to take into to create a business out of. Don't just create, oh, everybody go to F&B, I also do F&B. No, 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 no. A specific skill or a very bad experience in your past that you have overcome, and you want to turn that into advice and coaching and helping other people. Something you want to share with the rest of the world, a talent or ability that you have, or an experience that you have overcome in your life that you want to share with other people. That will be one of the greatest things, because in 2023, you will see yin water produce wood, wood produce fire. It's from your experience, you create this outcome, you create this reality. So for people who are using their expertise to become entrepreneurs, great start in 2023. Okay? Now you may say, but I don't know how to do business. I don't know how to do business. You need to slap again as well. I don't know how, learn how lah. Yeah, is it a big problem? It's not a big problem. I mean, I teach me to do business too. All right? I'm an artist. I love to do metaphysics. I love the art. At first, when I started this, I don't know how to do business. But over time, over the years, I learned from people. I learned from business people who knows how to do business. And I realized, oh, this is what you need to do. This is how you do a promotion. This is how you actually do a consult. This is actually how you charge someone. This is actually how you actually collect money, grow your wealth, hire people, do marketing, and so forth. You can learn, all right? Now, number 4. Because we are in the transition to period 9, so I want you to take note of this, okay? This is another observation for the year. The next great technological leap, the full transition to period 9 is about to take place. So I'm talking about 5G, space travel, AI, the biggest transformation you will see, it's going to be in this field in 2023. So if you're a part of this, you're probably going to be in for a huge, ride up. So that's number 4. Now, number 5. Number 5, this is important. The world is one country. All it takes is one domino effect. If war breaks out, everyone is affected, all right? So you understand, today, we are looking at one fragile world. You look at this yin water here. This is, all it depends is each other. There's another yin water, but that's it. This is so weak that it may not be able to control and put the chart together. So it just takes one domino effect for shit to happen. So hopefully, we pray that this break is not going to happen in 2023. But if it does happen, at least now you anticipate and you understand, okay, I got to protect myself, secondary stream of income, I'll talk about that, secondary skills, right? A superior team of people looking for opportunities to grow. That's what we need to do, okay? If you're staying where you are right now, chances are it might not be very stable. But do not worry, you're in the right place. We're going to talk about how your 八字 feng shui qi can help you. All right? Okay, so up to this stage, we are going to take a short break. This is not the end of the session, guys. This is only halfway through for day 1. So we're going to take a short break right now. But before we do, as per our tradition, I always announce a new product for the year. And so, behold, this book here is a physical copy, only no digital copies, only physical. It's called Investing Success Secrets to Beat the Market Based on the 10 Profiles for 2023. So this book here is a physical limited edition that we have, that me and my team have researched and written, and it is currently for sale right now just for this international edition for our Feng Shui and Astrology World Edition. So you can access this link that you see right now and go to the link and grab a copy. It's limited copy because we've limited print and we will not print anymore, and there's no digital print, okay? All right, guys, we're gonna take a short break. There will be a timer somewhere on the screen right now. And then when we're back, I'm gonna share with you top industries and how you can regain lost motivation for 2023 and so forth. There's a lot more I wanna cover in day 1 itself. I'll see you shortly. Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to session 2, everyone. Type of 1 if you guys are ready. Nice. Thank you so much for sticking with us for session 2, which is, I always think session 2 is the most exciting session for every day. This is, again, in case you guys just joined us, this is day 1 of a 3-day event that we are doing called the Feng Shui and Astrology World Edition. Like my stage? This is our virtual stage. So yeah, it's, I think by now you guys realize that the content is different, or the structure of the content is different than my live event, right? Live in-person event. So that's why you're here. What is this? Oh, you can't get the book. Oh, okay. Which, the Investing Success. Investing Success Secrets to Beat the Market based on the 10 profiles for 2023. Nice. You didn't get it? They cannot get it, can you?
Yeah, I'm checking. We sold out. I'm sorry.
Oh no, we sold out. Sorry. Well, it's a good problem to have a book that is sold out. Let's see here. Digital copy, please. No digital copy. No. It's dame. Okay. Now, listen. This book, Investing Success Secrets, is a notes and points that we have summarized and taken from a meeting that we have with our inner circle clients. Now, the inner circle clients is a group of the top small group of clients who are the $1 million clients. Okay, these are clients that with me for 10, 20 years already. And yes, they actually have paid more than $1 million over time, obviously. And it's in an inner circle group. And once a year, we meet up and we talk about stuff, right? And so this year was about, last year was about investing. And so this was a summary from that special meeting. And we thought of printing it into a book. We are not going to do digital copies. I'm so sorry. So buy from the secondary market, all right? A few reasons here, guys, because some of you, it's easy for you to say just put digital. No, we don't. We print it out, we keep it limited because that's what we did for the event. And once we finish it, we don't make money from books, guys. So we do this as a favor for, for people who want to read about it, and as a bonus for people who log on to get a copy. And it's just like our calendars. When it runs out, our Tongshu calendars or planners and whatever it is, it runs out because we don't want to carry any stock, all right? So guys, thank you so much for those of you who got it. Congratulations. This is a lot of stuff that were discussed in our Inner Circle Mastermind in this book called Investing Secrets. And it's a lot of input also from them. They are a lot of top investors who, in their experience, based on their profile, make shitloads of money, all right? So it's some of those we summarized in that book here, so hopefully it will do wonders for you in 2023, okay? And for those of you who unfortunately didn't get it, wait for next year, all right? And also, there are other announcements for other books and products that we might be having. So once you see the link, if we announce a specific product, go there, and if you're interested in it, get it immediately. And we don't carry any extra stocks for any of our printed copies, okay? All right, then, that's it. Thank you so much. And now, let's move on, okay? Let's move on, and let's talk about the top industries for 2023, shall we? So, in 2023, this is my view based on the Chiman chart as well as the Bazi chart for 2023, and I think that this will be pretty dominant, hitting the headlines for the year. First of all, biotech and pharmaceuticals will be one of the main things, the headlines. I believe this will be a big thing. Fitness and health. Because the Bazi chart of the year, as you said earlier on, is a weak self element. Therefore, fitness and health would be a great aspect to look into, because these industries probably would be one of those that will excel. Entertainment, right? Output element. Remember, herding officer is the strongest element, so entertainment field would be a big thing. If you're in entertainment and if you have Tiger in your chart, in the field of entertainment, I think you would do pretty well in this year. because Tiger is the entertainment element for the year, okay? So you might win awards, you might win, the recognition and stuff like that, okay? Obviously, leisure and travel will be huge in 2023. This goes without saying. It's a lot of traveling stars in the year, you could see. I would think the global banking industry will be a huge transformation in 2023. So that will probably be a lot of opportunities in that field. Definitely electronics and manufacturing will be one of those fields that will probably be seeing a lot of breakthrough and opportunities. Robotics, it's a huge thing. Remember, fire element is dominant. You probably see a lot of changes and new developments in robotics. Business services. Remember, 2023 will be a year a lot of people will jump to entrepreneurship, starting their own businesses. Therefore, people who are doing business services probably will get a lot of opportunities to make good money as well. Food and beverage, 2023, it's picking up once again. A lot of people are traveling, they're eating, they want to enjoy life. Despite what is happening around the world, people still want to enjoy life. So this could be something that you want to look into. And lastly, I think this will continue its trend. Education and online education will still continue all the way until 2024 and beyond. So if you're in that field, you're probably going to do really well. Okay, so that's my take on the top 10 industries for the year. Now, in the next session here that I'm about to address, this part here will require you to read the top elements in your chart. Okay, so before I tell you what to look for, as in what it means, I want to tell you what to look for first. Okay, so first go to your Bazi chart, which looks like this. Okay, now this is your Bazi chart for the year. Again, if you don't know how to access this, you got to go to the link to plot your chart. Just put it up on the screen one more time for them. Okay, so here again, I don't encourage you watching this live stream on your phone. Because you need your phone to access the iPads and stuff, and then stuff you cannot see. Some people complain, I cannot see. That's because you're watching on your phone or your tiny little iPad, right? Connect it to the desktop on the last screen, or if you're watching this on a TV, it's going to be great. You can see the stuff here, right? So you do what it takes, right, to see this stuff, because we can't enlarge it any further, but you can make the screen larger on your own. Now, here's the thing. Okay, so which part are we looking for? So here it is in the, this is a sample chart. I want you to look at this section right here. This section that I'm going to square out. This is where your 5 elements are for the year. Okay, so this part here is called your the Bazi 5 structures. Is right here. And you see 2 overlapping elements here. Okay, 2 overlapping figures. That's the one in light yellow. And then there's one that's in purple, right? So 2 overlapping charts. We are going to look at, for this next section, we're going to look at the pink or purple chart. That's the annual elements. So we're going to see this part is for 2023, and it changes every single year. This here, while the natal chart with the part that is in yellow remains the same throughout your entire life, but the part that is in purple or pinkish purple here, that changes every single year. So what you're seeing here, that in the purple chart here, you will see the top elements for 2023 for you based on your destiny chart. So the next part here will depend on the highest element as well as the lowest element in the chart. Now, obviously, the highest element would be the element that is closer to 100, and the lowest element will be the one that is 0, right, or closer to 0. So everyone in every single year will have a highest element and a lowest element. Now, your highest element might not be 100%, right? It might be just 80, 90, doesn't matter. Just based on your chart, which is the highest and which is the lowest. So take note here and read it out, okay? Which is your highest in 2023? Is it fire? The pink one, the pink color chart, not the yellow one. Previously I told you to look at the yellow because the previous lesson requires you to look at the natal. This lesson requires you to look at the annual. Now, this is a simple instruction. There will be some dumb people who just can't take instructions, yeah, but I don't know how to help these people. Just drink some water. Maybe it becomes better, all right? So here, the natal is from a previous session, session 1. In session 2, you look at the annual, all right? So that's it, all right? That's the simplest one. Annual is the pink color chart, the pink color diagram here. Okay, so look for the strongest and the weakest. So now you know, right? What's your weakest element? The one that's closer to 0 or 0 itself. You might have two, yes. Some of you have two weakest elements, some of you have two strongest elements. It's fine, okay? It's just the way the year works out for you. It's fine. Okay, now that you got that. So let's just talk about the first topic of session 2, which I want to talk about, is the 5 ways to become happier and more productive in 2023. How many of you are interested in knowing the 5 ways to become happier and more productive in 2023, despite whatever challenges and problems that you might be facing, and you want to be happier and more productive? Type of me right now. Okay, so if that's the case, then this is what you're going to do. I want you to look at what is your strongest element in 2023 based on the annual chart. Okay, so just look at your elements right now and tell me, all right, which is the strongest for you, because the strongest one will then tell you which one of this you should be focusing on and which aspects of this. I'm going to explain the 5 ways to get there. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, all right, ready? All right. How many of you here, the strongest element is fire? For 2023, fire. All right, so look at the annual. Okay, this is an example of how you see, it says it's fire is the strongest, the annual chart. You got it? Here's another example, here's fire as well, the annual chart. Okay, so your fire, right, it doesn't have to be 100, as long as it's the most. Okay, so here's the thing. If fire is your dominant element for 2023, your way to become happier and more productive in 2023 is through self-love. Self-love is the key. Okay, so what is self-love? Well, you take care of yourself spiritually, mentally, emotional health, you do meditation, you go inwards, you activate your third eye. Listen, your third eye is not your belly button, yeah? Your third eye is also not the eye that opens up in your forehead and then you can see ghosts, yeah? That one is you qilan sin already, okay? It's not the correct type of third eye. The correct type of third eye is the clarity of being able to look inwards to seeing your own truth, seeing who you are, your realization. You are able to understand and detach your emotions and not get triggered by people. Because some people are like, oh, you trigger me to be unhappy. You make me unhappy. You trigger me to be pissed off with you. Nobody triggers you because you are in control. Until you have that realization, your third eye is not open. Your third eye is not going to see ghosts, all that. That one is in the movies, okay? All right. So it's ability to taking care of yourself, the physical health, ability to maybe just exercise your mind, exercise your emotions, maybe even just simple diet and sleeping. That way you just can simply become happier and more productive. Fire is the dominant, okay? Now let's look at the next one. How many of you have the second most the most dominant element is water for 2023? Water. Check. Okay. All right, so if you have water as the dominant for 2023, your way of becoming more happier and more productive is through the right supporters. Okay, you got to connect with the right supporters. Now, this is important. You may say, I got no supporters in life. Not true for you this year. This year, you will have some supporters. You need to know which one these people are. Which one are these that are cheerleaders instead of assholes that are in your life. I mean, if these people make you unhappy, what the fuck are you still with them in the first place, right? So move yourself away from complainers and whiners and change this bunch of people. Now, what are complainers and whiners? People who don't like things. That's complainers. You may say, no, they just voice their dislike. Yes, voicing dislike is complain, all right? I don't like this, it's too soft, it's too loud, it's too cold, it's too... Everything you so don't like, all right? So this group of people are called complaint creators. All right, these are not content creators. No, content creators are people who come up with interesting stories and ideas and they can attract people. Complaint creators are the fuckers who don't like shit. I don't like your color, I don't like this, I don't like the color, your screen. The words are too small. How many people write? I complain. Fuck you, all right? This is the problem with these people, right? So step away from them, all right? Doesn't care. Just ignore this group of people, change this group, change the conversations, and you will become more positive. I tell you the real story, right? This is, seriously, someone wrote to my Instagram, right? Sorry, not my Instagram, my Telegram, and said, Joey Young, you should release all the 12 animal signs together because it will benefit a lot of people, and a lot of people watch it to get around the world because we can share it in Christmas or whatever shit, right? Listen, I fucking run a successful organization and I know exactly what I'm doing for the last 29 years. And there's this fucker who knows better than me and how to run my company. He don't like stuff. She don't like stuff. I don't give a fuck, right? So listen, there are a lot of people like that. They offer unsolicited stuff to you. Unsolicited advice on how you should run your company better. Just don't give a flying fuck. That's what you need to do. So if your water is the strongest in your chart in 2022, okay? Go with people who make you laugh. Go with people who make you laugh until your stomach aches, all right? They give you doses of happiness and wisdom and motivation, not tell you what they don't like. This is important. I'm telling you how to be happier. This is important for you. If you find that, you may say, why like that? Okay, then I tell you why. This Bazi chart, bring out the Bazi chart for the year. This is a Bazi chart. Water is the day master. Water is also in the year, it's called a friend star. So that's why this is called cheerleader or supporter. Okay? Now you know. All right. Okay. There's a reason how this comes about. All right? Okay, let's go back to the 5 ways. All right? The third element I'm going to talk about is wood. Now, how many of you have wood as the dominant element? Wood? 2023? Wood? Okay. So if you have wood as the dominant element, the key word here is realignment. What do you mean realignment? Realignment means now you got to have a new aim, a new plan to move forward. Because without this, without an idealistic or an ideal future state, you will lose motivation. That's what's going to happen, okay? If it doesn't feel like it's moving forward to the ideal state in your life in 2023, this is why you need to realign and reassess yourself in order to stay motivated. So the reason why you're not motivated is because now you're no longer aligned to an ideal state that you want. You just forgotten that. You're just doing it for the same old stuff. That's the wood element, okay? Why we say that is your wood is the hurting officer star and is the dominant force in 2023, okay? So take note of that. Now, the fourth element is metal. How many of you got metal as the strongest element in the chart? Okay, strongest element in the chart. All right, so here's the thing. If metal is the strongest element in the chart, metal is a resource star in 2023. So here's the thing. You need to change your perception. You need a perception change in 2023 if you want to be happier, more productive, and more motivated in the year. Let me explain why. Because of this resource star of yours, of the year itself, you might find yourself, if you don't do this, you might find yourself constantly calling people idiots, stupid, right? Not good enough, or having a higher sense of self-righteousness, and you're judging others more than you need to. Well, if that's the case, if your metal is your strongest element, this is probably why you are surrounded by fools in your life and everyone is just not as good as what they say they are because you seem to be the best in everything that you do, and you're unconsciously going to lose motivation and you're unconsciously going to be less happier and less productive, okay? So you need to stop your judgment or judge less, because the more your judgment goes up, the motivation goes down, all right? That's for metal element that is the highest in 2023. So let me show you an example. Here's a chart. You see the metal element for 2023 right here is the highest element in this chart. So this guy or this girl or this lady needs to judge less or needs to change their perception. All right. Lastly, if you have this chart right here or some similar chart where the 5 elements for the year is the strongest is earth. Can you see? So what happens if you're strongest is earth? How do you get more motivation? How do you become happier? How do you become more productive? Well, here's the key. Write this down. Help other people. That's what you need to do. Help other people. Now, you may say, why? I need people to help me. I don't want to help other people. Now, here's the thing. When you focus entirely on yourself, you will become more aware of your problems and your issues and your pain, and everything's going to be about you. But if you focus on other people, you will focus less on your problems And through helping other people, you might find solutions to your own problems. Okay, and you'll be grateful for what you have in your life, because obviously some other people are in a less fortunate position than you are, and we are solving their problems. In so doing, you will find solutions for yourself. That is the earth element. Okay, so this is so important. If it's the highest element in your chart, this is the thing that you need to do. Now go and check this out. Now some of you might have the top two elements, right? You might have 80% for fire and 80% for metal, then you do the both, right? So some may say, but I got 90% for fire and 60% for water. Water is my second most. Do I need to look at water? Well, obviously no, just look at one. Listen, it's not more the merrier, just do the one that is most related to you. Okay, guys? All right, so that's what you need to do. All right, so that's called the 5 ways to become happy and more productive in 2023. Okay, guys? All right, do you want more of this? Type a yes if you want more. Nice. Okay. Now, conversely, guys, if you're ready, let's look at the opposite side. You know, yin and yang thing, all right? So conversely, let's look at the, 5 reasons why you may fail in 2023. Okay, so I'm just put it up here right now. 5 reasons. So from the Bazi perspective, from your astrology chart, can we see the major obstacles and problems of why you would fail? So even if you have a chart full of opportunities, and if you have a chart that say you're going to make shitloads of money and all that, but why would you fail? Well, perhaps you should look at the flaws that you might have from the perspective of your Bazi chart for this year. Now, how do we do this? It's fairly simple. Now, in our previous exercise, we looked at the strongest element. So in this exercise, we are going to look at the weakest element for 2023. So here's an example of a chart. And right here you see that the weakest element is water. Can you see? Now we are looking at, once again, the purple chart, which is the annual 2023, purple or pink, whatever you call this element. So the one that's closer to 0 and the smallest number, right? Okay, so if you have 2 elements that is in 0 or the lowest at the same value, then you have 2 weaklings, 2 weak elements. All right, some people have 2, it's fine. Okay, listen, it doesn't matter, right? You can have 2 best and 2 worst. All right, so some of your weakest is wood. Go ahead and type, what is your strongest and weakest element? And type in the chat right now. Weakest ones? Yeah, weakest elements? Okay. Right, okay, so this is like the element that probably if you have, so what is this? 3 weak, 0 elements. Wow, this is like a Asing chart already, you know? It's completely, no, I'm just kidding, yeah? Okay, listen, nobody has perfect chart, and it's just that it sucks to be you, lah. Yeah, okay, no, I'm just kidding, yeah? So still, it just requires a bit more effort to manage your bad shit for the year. Okay, so here's the thing. 5 reasons why you might fail. Let's look at the first one. How many of you weakest is fire element? The weakest element. Weakest is fire, like 0, right? Or close to 0, right? Cool, right? That's the weakest one. So, okay. Your main issue is perfectionism. You want everything to be perfect, and as a result of you wanting everything to be perfect, that's why you fail. Fail to start the business, fail to begin the program, fail to launch a product, fail to change your job, fail to find the girl of your life or your dream of the man of your life, whatever it is, right? Procrastinate because you want it to be perfect before you begin. So you got to stop that perfectionism, because you will be procrastinating as a result. You should value progress over perfection. Write this down. If fire is 0 in your chart, you gotta value progress. So don't try to be perfect so that you can be good. You want to, start whatever you do, take action now and make adjustments along the way. That's what you need to do, okay? Even if you're not ready for the relationship, get into that relationship first and then adjust. This is important for you. So if you think you gotta wait for the best time to change your job or you change whatever, it will not be there, because fire element is 0 in your chart or very low in your chart. So your main number 1 failure is this, okay? So now you know. Now let's have a look at another one. Let's say your element is wood and it's 0, right? The weakest element in the chart is wood. Then what's the main issue? Well, that means your major failure is because you listen to naysayers, okay? Or you maybe take people's feedback and gave it too much importance, and or you took people's advice, and so-called advice, the free advice that comes from your loser friends, and you thought, oh my God, and then you listened to it, and you took feedback in a way that that it's to your detriment. Listen, not all feedback are equal. Just write this, okay? Write this down. Not all types of feedback are equal in life. Most of these people are probably naysayers, but you don't realize they're just camouflage as friends. And even they themselves don't know that they're camouflaging. I can tell you this, a lot of times when people give you advice, you need to ask yourself, is this to your best interest or is it to their best interest when they're giving you that so-called advice? Okay? Remember I told you some people just text me, send me the telegram and say, hey, you gotta go and put all your videos out because if you put this out, it's actually to your best interest because a lot more people will subscribe to your channel and all that crap. Because it's to their convenience, right? They don't even realize that the whole production team and our own marketing team and the whole process have their own process. But no, because they pretend to give you the advice as if it's to your advantage, but actually it's actually to their own advantage. So you need to see through that crap, all right? You need to see through that crap that in order for you to succeed. So if wood is in 0 in your chart, you gotta be careful of the naysayers pretending to be people who give you advice, because that is why you will fail in 2023. Okay, now you know. Okay, so the next one is Earth element. How many of you look at the chart here right now? 0 in terms of the annual element for Earth, or close to 0. Yeah? Okay, so if you have that, your main issue for failure in 2023, if you do fail, is because of overconfidence. Right? You may say, how can you be overconfident? Sometimes confidence comes from doing. You need to put a lot of effort in, and as you become good on this, you become confident because you're doing something that really works out well before. The problem is what worked before doesn't work so well now. That is the issue. So you're confident, you're overly confident it worked before, it should work again right now, but problem is it doesn't, because 2023 is a totally new chart. So I'm saying this because Earth element is the discipline element. It is the structure element, because Earth controls water. It's the officer element. Officer element means structure, and so structure means something you've been doing on a routine basis and you've seen the results before and you thought it's going to give you the same results, but it doesn't. So therefore, overconfidence. All right. So don't prioritize your confidence over what has happened before. Always understand that in 2023, especially for you whose Earth element is 0, you got to understand that that might be the cause of your failure. Okay, let's move on, right? The next element here. How many of you here have water as the 0 element or the weakest element of your 2023? Water is weakest. How many of you? Type of me. Okay, so if water is the weakest element, your problem is not trusting others. Now, of course, we can't just simply trust people, but not to trust people who are in the right position to answer you or to teach you something, that will be a big problem, okay? So, of course, you might say, I don't trust people easily, I've been hurt before, and I've got all these issues, therefore I don't trust, it's very difficult. Listen, at some point in your life, you just need to trust someone to do their job. For example, you go and seek a doctor, but you go and teach the doctor how to go and cure you, it's going to be a big problem, isn't it? Okay, because you feel that, no, my body works this way. You got to treat me or give me treatment in this way. Listen, the doctor, if you trust the doctor, let the doctor prescribe, because he or she is the professional, right? It's just like when I go to someone's house, right? Me being the feng shui practitioner, and then this guy comes out and say, no, why don't you check this door first? Don't you think the door is wrong? Don't you think the tree is in the wrong place? Have you actually checked whether my water position is correct now? Because I think the water position is wrong. Don't you think I've already activated the 5, blah, 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 blah. It's like they're going to teach me how to do my job, because they don't trust, right? So this is important. So if your water element is 0 in the chart or close to 0, the reason why you fail in your business, your investments, or whatever you're trying to achieve, if you do fail, you draw it back down to not trusting the right type of people. Okay? So that's the thing. Now, Last one, how many of you, metal element like this is close to 0 or is 0 in 2023? So if you have the element, the main reason why you may fail in 2023 is that you are too proud to ask for help. Okay, too proud to ask for help. Now this is important because sometimes you may feel that, I could do this myself. I could handle this on my own. I'm capable enough. I am the top G in my game. I don't need no help. Listen, when you have metal 0, metal is a resource, by the way, for 2023, this element, it's so important for a weak self element for the year that in 2023, it is important that you talk to those who can assist you where you need help the most. Sometimes it could be financial planning, sometimes it could be tax planning, sometimes it could be just be a marketing advice, sometimes it could just be a life advice that you might need that you can't handle. If your relationships are breaking down, maybe someone can really teach you what you need to do. Ask for help, right? So this is important, yeah? So you might want to be able to put your ego down or that belief that you could do it, you're all by yourself, and understand that everything is also part of teamwork. And some people can actually help you. Okay, so now you know the 5 main reasons why someone can fail in 2023. Okay, cool? Now, tomorrow I will be addressing the 10 awakenings, the 10 spiritual awakenings of 2023. Okay, I want to leave that for tomorrow after maybe the 3rd day. Okay, I have to adjust the topics according to everyone's understanding and also the time that we allocated for our 3-day event here. But we'll cover that. How many of you are interested in spiritual awakening for 2023 for yourself? Yeah? Okay, that's nice. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. So right now, I want to address a very important thing about what we need to do to make sure that not only that 2023 we had a great start, but also in preparation for period 9. How many of you would like to know how to prepare for this? Type of me right now. So in order to do this, I'm going to talk about the 5 key action steps to start your 2023. Now you may think, 2023 already started. What the hell are you talking about? Well, actually it starts on February 4th because you know that February 4th is the transition to the year of the water rabbit at 10:44 a.m. Okay, so we still have time to get a good start. And this couple of days is so important. That's why I say you got to watch this in the live stream. I know some of you are probably going to watch this as a replay and you're going to miss some of this, but hey guys, I'm not the one deciding on the good dates, The good dates are there, the transition dates are there, so I recommend watching this as we are broadcasting it live stream to you right now, okay, so you can get to take advantage of whatever immediate dates and times that you could use, all right? So there's no other time other than now, all right? So that's how it works, okay? So here's the thing, right? The 5 key action steps is this. Number 1, I want to talk about creating your manifesting plan for 2023. This is important. So I'm going to tell you now exactly, or I'm going to give you a specific date and time that you're going to use to fill up the manifesting planner for the year. Just one very important aspect of this, okay? I'm going to do it right now in this session here, okay? And then subsequently, then in the upcoming day 2 and day 3, I'm going to cover the other 4 steps, which is how do you cleanse negative energies? Because some of you might need to cleanse your negative energy. Some of you might need to activate intuition. Some of you might need to polarize your protection field. This is important because 2023, there's a lot of drama, a lot of backstabbing, a lot of negativity, but you want to polarize your sphere of protection and influence so that you're not affected by the shit that is, out there, and no energy vampires could actually come and suck your energy away. And then I give you the most important thing, the important times to write your own story for 2023. How many of you have been through that, done that exercise with me last year, writing your own story? Type with me right now in the chat. Cool. All right. Nice. Okay. So, and you've seen the results? You look back at the story that you wrote. How many of you have hit a lot of the stuff that you wrote in the story? A lot, right? Some of you hit a lot, or maybe the full story that you wrote and you're surprised by it, right? Okay. So if you do it at the right time, with the right Shiman elements, you will find that you become the director of your life. You write exactly. Imagine you could just design the outcome and the story for exactly how you want the year to be. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool? All right, we're going to get there, all right, but not today yet. I'm going to talk about the first one, which is creating your manifesting plan. Okay, let's start with creating your manifesting plan. Now, let me just grab this. So, for those of you who have this, which is good, turn to February the 3rd, all right? February the 3rd is a very important day, okay? Turn to February 3rd. Now, I obviously can't show you this by holding it. I'm going to just put it backstage, okay? And I'm just going to put it up later in a short while. Now, I know some of you don't have it. So you got to do this by hand. If you don't, you may say, oh, I don't like doing it by hand. Listen, what means this? This is called horse die, walk yourself. Ma say lok de hang, okay? So you got no chart, it's a big deal, man. Don't worry. You got pen, correct? You got paper? Write down yourself, all right? So you're going to do this manually, and it's still possible because you're only going to use it on February 3rd, all right? So it's not, those with the book can use it every day. Those without, just going to do it February 3rd because that, why February 3rd, you may say? Because February 3rd is the last day before you transit to the year of the water rabbit, and it is an auspicious day in the Dongkong calendar, and you have the right elements. I'm about to show you this, and if you couple it together with the Chiman chart for the day, you're going to use this day to activate a very smooth transition and ride the wave and excel in 2023. So for those of you who are watching this live stream right now, congratulations, because you're about to experience and about to listen to something you can apply immediately in the upcoming couple of days, okay? So if you are unfortunately watching the replay for this, go for the other dates, okay? So I'm sorry, right? There's only one transition before the year of the rabbit, and that's February 3rd, all right? Okay, so now, before this, let me explain the manifesting framework. How many of you are familiar with the Joey Yap Chiman manifesting framework? Tell me right here. Okay, you're familiar, not seen before. Okay, so you missed that event that I talked about, the Chiman manifesting framework. I'm going to put it up right here. So this is the Chiman manifesting framework, and if you use this framework along with the Chiman charts, along with your Chiman timing and your own Chiman destiny chart, you will be able to manifest effectively whatever you want to manifest for the year or any period of time, okay? It starts with this, intent. You got to know exactly what you want to bring to reality, okay? What exactly do you want? Have clarity on that. Now, I'm sure you will say, is this the law of attraction and all that? Listen, law of attraction stops at number one, right? Whatever the intent is. So, which is great, okay? You got that part, I agree with it. You got to know exactly what exactly is the intent, the outcome. A lot of people, a problem is they don't have a clear intent, okay? They always like, how the hell are going to gu ha? You know, especially when you have young relationships, the girl will tell the guy, you guess and see, gu ha? If I guess wrong, then how? The problem is the girls also don't know. Or you can remember nowadays guys are more emo than girls, yeah? So you have this problem, right? So if you're a guy who's stupid about his relationship, he doesn't know how to express the relationship, he can't explain it, and ask the girl to go and guess, you're going to have a big problem. Intent is important. What exactly do you want? And that includes your relationships, your wealth, your career, and what do you want to achieve for 2023? This is important, okay? A lot of people don't know, I just work law, hopefully get promoted lah, yeah. Okay, if that's the case, I can guarantee you won't get promoted because you don't really know whether you want to get promoted. You'll just work for the sake of working, all right? So take some time, take February 3rd as the day you're going to clear out this intent. I'm going to show you exactly how you're going to do it, okay? For those of you who don't have the book, write a piece of paper, intent, what is it that you want? For those of you who have the book, there's a section in the book that you can write out the intent. I'm going to show you right now. So it will be at this section right here. Intent. What do I really, really want? Write this down. Okay, you write down what do I really, really want. Now in this case here, because you are addressing the whole year, so you're going to write as if you're addressing this 1 year. What is it that you really want? What is the top most important three things. Not one word thing, but three sentences to represent three things, or maybe two things, all right, that's so important to you. And whatever you write here has to be something that is within your control. Okay? Such as going on a trip, for example, a career that you want to achieve, a new height in a career, a certain wealth aspect about your life, what you want, a relationship that you're looking for, right? Something, right? What is it? Right? You say, I just want a new relationship. Okay, how about a bad relationship? Do you want that? No, I don't want bad relationship. Then what is a good relationship? I don't know. Then don't have lah, yeah? So the problem is a lot of people don't know. So what's great about relationship for you? What's so important? Okay, so clearly you gotta have some intent, right? What is the intention? What is really, really important, right? So if you have this, the notes, if you don't have, then you just write it down yourself, right? How can the universe help me? So what is it that you can't achieve yourself that you need the universe to help you? For example, in a relationship, let's say you say 2023, I want to look for a new partner in a relationship. Okay, fine. Okay, so what exactly in the new partner that you want? Oh, so this girl needs to want to love children, right? For example, because you want to have a family, so you got to have a girl that likes children, right? You say, no. Actually, she likes dogs instead. Oh my God. So you're going to have a house full of dogs and no children, right? So you want to attract a partner, you got to have some criteria. What is it that you want to fit to this important part, right? Or you want someone that's intellectually smart, so you don't go home and talk to someone stupid that you just cannot understand each other, right? Or you want a guy who's obviously at the same intelligence as you are if you're looking for a guy, right? I mean, surely you don't want someone dumb and every day just kick the ball, hit left and right. It's not even an international sports player and he doesn't do well in sports, fat as fuck and stupid, and you have to take care of him. Is that good for you? I don't think so. So maybe you want to be clear exactly what is it that you want, right? So now, how can the universe help you? Maybe you want to say, open up your eyes so that you could see the people that have these values, that are single. Then the universe can help you, right? Because you don't know who is single, right? But the universe can help you, like, open up your eyes. Oh, this one, yes, fit the criteria. That one also fit the criteria. Because it now allows you to become more aware, right? And position you in the areas or the parties or the networks that have these people there. Otherwise, you go to a bunch of a club that everybody's married on, then you got no chance, right? Now, so you got to go and find, get the universe to say, okay, the universe can help me by connecting me with the right network of people where this person exists. That you cannot do yourself. The universe can help you, all right? And allow you to see through the fakeness of other people because you don't want to have someone fake that comes into your life, right? So, and is financial stability important for you? If it's important, say it, right? So you want to be able to connect with someone who has financial independence. Even for a guy, right? You may say, you might be some stingy guy that don't want to pay for your girl's whatever. So you say, I want to look for a girl who is financially independent so I don't want to pay for her shit, right? So, okay, because that's what you want, right? I don't know, right? What is it that you want, right? Now, who or what is really at stake? This is so important. You got to write that down as well. If you don't get this, what can you lose? You're going to be lonely, right? Or you will be lonely. You will feel what pain. You will feel what frustration. You got to find, this is the pain that's causing you. What is the pain? You see, some people don't find someone also, never mind lor. I've met people who say this, I don't have a relationship, I'm happy single. Okay lor, that's why there's nothing at stake, right? Continue to be single for the rest of your life. Because nothing is at stake. But when something is at stake, you will do something about it. Right? When there's something at stake, like, shit, I'm going to be fucking frustrated because I'm lonely, I want to change that. Good. Now something is at stake. Now you do something. Okay? It's important to write it down. Now, why are these goals worth it? Why is this worth it? You got to write it down. Now, for those who have the paper, fill it up. Those who don't, do it yourself. Okay? Do it yourself, all right? Listen, for those of you who don't have it, stop asking for the slides. Do it yourself. There's such a thing called paper and pen, you know. Show a picture again of horse. Say this horse. Ma say lok te hang. There's a pen, you write, okay? There's value in writing too, all right? So do it. You can do this. Come on. because you can't do 365 days, right? So you got to do this one day first. Get this one day over with. Okay, cool. Now, according to our achievement manifesting framework, the second thing that is most important for you to do in order to get it work after intention is the alignment. You got to have alignment together with heaven, earth, man, and spirit. You see, a lot of times people have an intent. Yeah, this is what you intend to achieve mentally, but emotionally, you're not ready. Emotionally, it goes a different direction, okay? So, for example, right, I've seen people in relationship as does this, right? They want a good relationship with the partner. But then when they're together with the partner, he or she gets upset over the smallest things and complain and for example, check his or her phone. You know that this is going to piss your partner off. What the fuck do you do that for? You want a good relationship by catching her in doing this. It's not the right thing to do. Your emotions and your intent don't align. You see that? When your emotions and intent don't align, whatever you want to manifest doesn't come true. Okay? So your manifesting has to be aligned with what you intend to. You want great relationship, you got to do stuff that promotes great relationship in the first place. Okay? For example, trust, right? It's important. So you go and catching the witch, it's not going to be good, right? Oh, I'm trying to get this, what you call that, the private eye to go and catch who will have affair with who. That's not going to help you. That just destroys the relationship in the first place, all right? So remember this, all right? Your thoughts and your emotions, heaven and earth must align in order for anything to manifest into reality. That's the same thing. You may say, I want a good career, but emotionally you're not prepared to work. Doesn't work, right? Alignment is off. Right? If you say, I want to get a partner this year, but emotionally you say, actually I'm really pretty okay being single. I'm independent. What the fuck is that, right? There's no connection with, the thought that you want. You want to win an award for best performance, right? Then you got to go and make sure that it's connection. Every award ceremony out there is political. Almost all of them. I mean, the most factors. All of them are political in some ways, right? You got to know some people, know some people, know some people. We're going to connect you to the right people. It's always like that, okay? So if you want something, you got to get connected. Don't you say, no, emotionally, you're too proud. You're not going to get there, all right? So alignment is important. Now, you also got to align with actions that you're taking. That's the man luck or people luck. And then finally, the so-called stars, the energy. So to do this, you look at the achievement chart. Okay, the achievement chart for the February the 3rd. I'm going to show you now the February 3rd achievement chart right here. Okay, so this is the February 3rd achievement chart. Now, I know what you're saying. Some of you are like the complainers. I want the chart. Send it to me. No need. Just listen. Good sector is East. Okay, no need the details. No need. Don't be anal. Anal, AKA, is an asshole, Anal is ass. Okay, don't be asshole. No need chart. Just remember, write down East is the sector. Okay. East is the sector I want to use for this very special, powerful thing that you need to do. Just remember East. The chart is irrelevant to you. You have the chart, so what, all right? So those who already have the chart because you have this, then good. Look at it. If you don't have it, it's fine. Just write down East sector. All right, what do you do in East sector, all right? You got to back East. Back towards the East, facing West. Back East, facing West for this whole exercise to happen. Because you got to align to the energies. I may say, but that's door of delusion. Why am I using door of delusion? This is so important. Door of delusion is not a bad door. Door of delusion is great for planning. Door of delusion is great for self-reflection. Door of delusion means you're behind the door, a protection, and behind that protection, you're doing analysis. You're looking inwards. Whatever you're doing now is an inward exercise. So a lot of meditation uses door of delusion. A lot of self-reflection uses door of delusion. A lot of self-improvement, enlightenment uses door of delusion. Life door, open door is going outwards. Delusion door is going inwards. What are we doing right now? We're going inwards. Therefore, this is an important exercise. Okay? So, also, what I like about this chart here is level 0. 0 is the Tao. Okay? You can check it. This is level 0. 0 is the Tao. The Tao is the great spirit. You're connecting to the universe in this direction, and you are backing towards East. The East has the ghost constellation. For those of you who have the calendar, you will realize that, if you look carefully, you will see that the ghost constellation is the constellation of the day. So therefore, this is the most important sector for the day, the constellation of ghosts. constellation ghost is now distributed over in the east sector, and the east sector has a envoy door as well. Envoy door means it's the most important door, the in control. So when you are door of delusion and it's envoy, you will control your own enlightenment. So we want to use the east sector. Okay, I know you say, yeah, but the nobility direction, it doesn't matter because this is a special case of planning a 1 year manifesting in relation to a transition to a new year. So you want to do that. Now, the hour that I want you to use, would be the hour of the goat. Okay, the hour of the goat. Now, I know this is not an auspicious hour per se, but I'm doing something very specific right now. So this is the Chiman hour chart for those who are interested, but really you don't need the hour chart. I'm just telling you the hour is between 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. on February the 3rd. Guys, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So you write down the summary, you don't need the chart, you just need to know when. The direction is the east, backing east, facing west, okay? No need charts, guys, no need charts. Seriously, you don't need the chart. Some of you are like, I need the chart. No, you don't. You just need to know where east is, right? Face west, back east, what time? 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Do what? Write down your intent. Okay? At that hour, back east, write down the intent of what you want to achieve for the year, who is at stake, what is at stake, and what do you want the universe to do for you. Okay? And more importantly, why is it important for you, right, to do this? This is so important because if you don't know why it's important for you, you're not going to do it. All right? Now, for those of you who are more aware of the Chiman alignment, remember, for those of us using the hour chart here, because the hour is the chief arriving in the east sector, I'm just giving some technical for those who are students of mine who are already here. It's an open door. When delusion door means open door, that means your internal third eye will open. Okay, this is so important. And you will notice that the constellation is also metal. Ghost constellation is also metal. And this is a 7-star chief that arrives in the east. And it's a very special configuration. It arrives, and this is also the grass star, which is water. Water arriving in the east is superior. So everything is superior at this particular hour for you on February the 3rd, if you are planning manifesting for the year. What your year goals. Okay, just as in general, you're not writing a story, you're just writing what do you intend, the top 3 things. Okay, so go ahead and go back to the writing. What do I really, really want? On that hour, not now, on that hour you sit down, back east, face west, and write down what do I want, what I really, really want, okay? How can the universe help me? And what or who is at stake if I don't get this? Okay, then you know why it's important enough. And write down, why are my goals worth it? Why is it worth my effort to pursue it? All right, why is it worth the effort? If it's not worth it, you won't do anything. Okay, that's the intent part. Now, alignment, for those who know the alignment, you're aligning to chief at 7 stars. So you can wish for what do you want the universe to do for you. And in terms of heaven, it's about what you visualize. What are you going to visualize as your success? Write it down in picture form, right? And earth-wise, what do you want to feel as a result of your success? Write this down. How do you feel when you get the outcome? Write this down. And man luck means, what will you do? What will you do? Now, you say, I don't have the notes. What do? Write down these 4 things on that same piece of paper. It can be the same piece of paper. Just write down, what will you aspire to? What sort of wish do you want to come true for you? Number 2, what do you visualize? What picture is it when you succeed? And number 3, how do you feel when you get there, when you get the goal? And number 4, what will you do physically to get the outcome that you want? Okay? All right. So now you know. Now, on the specific hour, after writing all this down, I need you to give commands. Okay, that's the 3rd. Let's look at the manifesting framework once again. The 3rd thing is command. So you need to command the deity, the Chiman energy to bring these elements for you, okay, to make this happen. So how do you command? So now, listen. You sit there, backing east, facing west, and you're going to count from 64 to 1. That's backing east, facing west, February 3rd, between 1 to 3 p.m., any time between 1 to 3 p.m., and you're going to count, calm your mind, count 64 to 1, slow down your breathing. Once you reach to 1, okay, 64, 63, 62, all the way to when you reach to 1, now you're going to give a command. And the command is to chief, because that's hour is chief, all right? Now, the reason why I'm using this hour in this sector is because for those who are learning Qimeng, when harmony meets chief, you can have multiple wishes. Harmony means multiply, yeah? So what is your wish? You can have 3 wishes for the year. What is your wish for the year? Okay? So instead of saying wish is, Chief, I command you to fill in the blanks. Get what for you? Chief, I command you to get what for you? What is the outcome? Chief, I command you to get what? Number 1, number 2, number 3. Simple as that. It's not difficult at all. That is your command, all right? Now, once you understand that, once you know what to do, now I want you to write down a to-do list for the year. Now you have a big goal, right? What are you going to do? Then you say that, okay, yeah, I'm going to meet I want the chief to connect me with this group of people so I can get a new relationship. Fine. What are you going to do then? I'm going to, every month, 3 times, attend network parties or 10 Toastmasters, for example, or 10 club meetings, for example. Or if you want a new skill, then every month, I'm going to learn, subscribe for a online training and learn a new skill, learn trading, learn about financial management. What is the action that you're going to take? That action must be related to the outcome that you want. Write down the to-do list. Okay? That's so important. That's what you need to do. Okay? And finally, now the next part is throughout, you're going to look for, after February 3rd, this part that you fill in on between the first 2 weeks of February, you fill in anything that you see from the universe, from wherever you are, that sort of connects you to say the universe has got your message. For example, you say, you know, I really would like to meet a new relationship for this year. Okay, fine. Along the way, then you say, hey, a long lost friend suddenly call you and say, hey, you know, I'm getting married this year. You know, I would like to invite you for the wedding. That's within like the first 1 week. You got the message. Oh my God. First sign, relationship, validated. Okay. Then along the way, you go out one day in the bus, and as you're thinking about this question, you immediately saw, wow, a couple, okay, about marriage in a castle, very romantic. Oh my God, this is the second message, right? It's like the universe is answering you. Or maybe on a part one day, or in the first 2 weeks after you did this, and you saw like these 2 birds just together. It's almost like they're kissing each other together. That's a sign of love as well. That's the third validation. So you look for the validations and write this down. When that happens, whatever you want for the year that you have commanded, the signs and the validation says the universe got your message and it will come to you. And you need to do this on February 3rd because this is the most powerful date for this for the year. So you're going to plan for 2023. What exactly do you want? The top 3 things that you want to create in as clear as possible, okay? You're not going to write the story yet because that will be the 5th step. I'm going to tell you on tomorrow, day after. But right now, I need you to do this exercise, okay? So we'll prepare first. Don't write it officially, but on February the 3rd, after our 3rd day event in the afternoon, I'll remind you on that day once again. And then you back east, face west, okay? And then write first, and then don't go into your sage mode, 64:1. Go through the commands a couple of times after you reach to number 1, and then open your eyes and write down the to-do list, the action steps, and then look for validation in the next 2 weeks. As simple as that. Okay? That's what you need to do. Now, let me just explain one thing here. There's a lot of different type of manifesting personalities out there. I don't want to address this one thing first, yeah? If you don't do what I tell you to do and you talk about manifesting, sometimes you don't get what you want. Here are the thing, right? This chart here, I need to explain this. Some people are unconsciously manifesting things that they don't want in life, right? This is the worst type of people. So what I showed you just now is a conscious manifesting of what you want. But there are people who are unconsciously manifesting shit that they don't want in life. A lot of problems, illness, sickness, a lot of petty people, backstabbers, everything, right? They come to their life simply because they are unconsciously manifesting it. So we call this repellers. Now, there are some people who are consciously manifesting things that they don't want. That means they think negative. So they manifest the things, they're so worried about something bad to happen, then there's something bad happen. All right, so they are called the reflectors. These are not good. Right? Then there are attractors. Attractors are those who are unconsciously manifesting the things that they want. They're unconscious, so they cannot repeat the success. Sometimes they get lucky, sometimes, hey, you know, the good things happen for them, but it doesn't happen all the time. But if you follow what I've just shown you just now with this plan, exactly at the right time, with the right commands, with the right things to write, in the right direction, and the right meditation, you're going to be consciously manifesting the things that you want. and this is the stuff that you wrote. Try this out. This will be on February 3rd, okay? So you want to do this and prepare for it, and on that day, go through this exercise. Now, I'm going to be giving you a lot of these dates. Let's go back to the 5 things that I want to talk about here, okay? So there's still, I'm going to give you a date tomorrow about cleansing your energy. So I want you to watch this in the live stream, because there will be a specific time I want to tell you how you can cleanse your energy, specific time for you to activate your intuition, specific time to enhance your sphere of protection and influence, and then the most important part is how you're going to write your story for 2023 or specific months in your life that you want certain things to unfold for you. This is going to be a full process, action steps for you to take exactly on how you can make 2023 your best year ever. Are you guys excited? Nice, nice, nice. Okay, that's really, really cool. All right, so now before we end the day, right, guys, listen. So at the end of the day, every session there's a surprise. Okay, so today's surprise is a giveaway. So you see this here? This is my daily desktop calendar. Okay, it's a daily calendar, and inside here there is the parts chart, the hexagram for the day, and then the constellations for the day. It's super cool. You put this on the desk, you can see the auspicious directions and hours as well. Okay, so how many of you want this? Tell me right now. Okay, so this is how you do it. Now, guys, relax, chill. You gotta listen to me carefully here, because there are a lot of people who don't listen to me, and then they say, why I don't win the prize, right? So today, this is what you need to do. I need you to go to, see this instruction right now on the screen. Chill first, yeah, watch on the screen. I need you to go on where? Instagram. Instagram. You don't have Instagram, cannot win lah, right? Okay. Too bad. Yeah, okay, listen. Instagram. I need you to like the post and tag 3 friends and put a one-liner in the comment section on your key, findings and epiphanies for this session today. Okay, what is your greatest discovery? What's your aha moment on the comment section? And then tag 3 friends. Okay, and then from there, from the comment section that you tag 3 friends and your statement, my team will look through it and we are going to pick 10 winners. And once you pick the 10, you will know, because we picked 10 from there, from Instagram. Yeah? Now, if you start writing here on this chat and you start writing on Telegram, you ain't getting shit, all right? So you got to go on where? Where, guys? Where? Instagram. Look for this post. And on the post, on the comment section, tag 3 friends and write down your key takeaways for today. Right? We're going to read the key takeaways and like, wow, this is really cool. Then we're going to say, this might be the winner. This is the winner. I'm going to send you the this calendar. Okay? All right, cool. All right, thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you have questions, go to the, now questions and answers are conducted on Telegram. On Telegram. Telegram is not for you to post this, yeah? Telegram is for the Q&A. I know it's confusing, Telegram and Instagram. Instagram is for the post to win the prize. Telegram is for what? Q&A. If you want to have some questions, me, my team will be on Telegram on this specific Feng Shui and Astrology channel 2023. And me and my team will be there and hosting a quick Q&A for everyone there. Okay? Now, tomorrow is going to be a really exciting day. We're going to talk about the 12 animal signs. We're going to talk about the spiritual elements. We're going to talk about the next 4 steps to the key action steps to start 2023 in a way that you will become a winner, become a top G for the year. So the next 2 days will be super, super exciting. It'll be the same time tomorrow. So I will see you then. Okay, guys? See you.